Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, November 7th, 2025, and here's what's coming up on the Owen Report today. Well, it would appear that the Democrats are ready to end the shutdown based off of some things Chuck Schumer was saying today. The question would be, why are the Democrats now willing to end the shutdown? And I would guess it's because the healthcare costs are skyrocketing. It's going to actually make Obamacare look really bad. Maybe they do care about the American people that are unable to fly right now because of all the delays. Maybe it's because of the election results. Maybe it's because they see that Trump's approval ratings are tanking and that the Republican Party, despite being in full political power, is completely weak and feckless. I don't know. But it does appear the Democrats are willing to begin negotiating to end the shutdown. So now is the first time I'd say that the end of the shutdown is potentially in sight. I'd say next week we're probably looking at maybe having a real solution and ending the government shutdown, which, you know, I'm kind of a fan of the shutdown, except that it's a fake shutdown. I'd like a real shutdown, but that's a separate story. Yeah, we've got President Trump talking about how great the economy is today. Yeesh. I just don't get it. And yesterday, he fell asleep in the Oval Office, which is fine. Honestly, it's fine. I'd actually support President Trump at this point, just taking a week or two off and just playing golf. I'm dead serious about that, by the way. And then you had a reminder, a not so subtle reminder in the media for the last 24 hours, specifically last night at the Fox Patriot Awards, a not so subtle reminder that it's your job as an American citizen to serve Israel. That's right. That's right. That's your duty. That's your honor, is to serve Israel. That's the message at the Patriot Awards, the American Patriot Awards. That's the final message. Honored to serve Israel. Incredible stuff. And of course, this is totally defeating the narrative. It's totally defeated, folks. The narrative that Israel or Jews control anything is totally defeated. It wasn't like they just said it's an honor to serve Israel on Fox News last night. It's not like Kanye West was just forced to go apologize to Jews yesterday. It's not like actors and actresses that don't support Israel are getting blacklisted from Hollywood. It's not like if you don't support Israel, you'll get gate-kept out of the Republican Party. It's all proof that the narrative is falling apart. There is no proof, folks. Don't you know? Incredible stuff. And then we'll see if we get to some Ben Shapiro clips. That false flag in New York with the swastika. I'm going to tell you what's really going on with that. And then, it's a lot of the same stuff. Are we all getting fatigued, by the way? Because I got to tell you, I'm reaching levels of fatigue that I've never had in American politics before. And I think it's the realization that we're stuck until 2028, I would say. We're stuck until 2028 is what it feels like. So, hey, whatever. It is what it is. But the establishment is losing badly, but they have regained power over the people, regained power over the government. So it's a very frustrating time. So we'll see how much news I can even put up with today, quite frankly. Marian Adelson is going to spend $20 million to defeat Thomas Massie. Does she even live in Kentucky? Has she ever even stepped foot in Kentucky? Where do you think Marian Adelson has spent more time, Kentucky or Israel? Well, she's spending $20 million on Kentucky's elections. Golly gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. I can't figure it out. I'm sure it has nothing to do with Israel. And don't bring that up because it just doesn't exist.
This news update was brought to you by OwenSchroyer.store, the official site for Owen Report merchandise.
Folks, I want to tell you about my friends at Allegiance Gold. And let me ask you something. Are you the type who wants to wait to be rescued, or the one who protects your family before the storm hits? You're already seeing the cracks. The dollar buys less every month. Banks are showing stress, and this market is being propped with printed money. It's not if it breaks, it's how prepared you'll be when it does. Here's what they don't want you to notice. When the system starts cracking, the insiders quietly move first, and we're seeing that now. That's why central banks, major institutions, and billionaires are piling into gold right now. It's all over the news. And that's why I've partnered with Allegiance Gold. When paper markets burn or the market fails, gold and silver don't. They're yours. Not the government's, not the banks, not Wall Street's, yours. Allegiance Gold has been around for nearly a decade and is trusted by its over 7,000 clients nationwide. Relationship-driven, A+ with the Better Business Bureau, 4.9-star reviews from real clients, transparent, and they focus on educating you first. Right now, they're offering up to $5,000 in free gold and silver with qualified investments. Whether through your 401k, IRA, or savings, they make it simple to move into something real before the next reset. Call 844-790-9191. That's 844-790-9191, or go to protectwithowen.com. Protectwithowen.com. Protect your wealth and your freedom because no one else will. Give my friends at Allegiance Gold a call or a visit at protectwithowen.com. You know what? No.
On the cutting edge of news and analysis, the Owen Report with Owen Schroyer.
No. It's not hitting right. Hold on a second. It's not. No. It's not hitting right, guys. Hold on a second. It's not. Ah. There it is. Now we're feeling it. Now we're in. I know you're feeling it out there. Huh? Hey. Yeah. That's right. Rabbi Schroyer is back. Rabbi Schroyer is back. And can you blame me? Can you blame me? I've been moved. I've been moved. My spirit has been moved. I get it now. Like Fox News told me last night, it's my duty to serve Israel. Like we just learned from Kanye West. I'm very inspired by Kanye West. I'm very inspired by Republican Party loyalty to a foreign country. I'm very inspired by the new woke right MAGA. They were right. It's all about Israel. I can't believe I missed it. So I'm with you now. Now our ratings will go up. Our numbers will go up. and you can deposit that $7K right into the bank account, baby. Let's go. I mean, come on, guys, join the team. It's the winning team now. Don't you see it? It's all that matters. So get with the program. Get with the program or get left out. It's very simple. And I'm glad that Marion Adelson, who spends hundreds of millions of dollars in U.S. politics to buy our politicians to make sure that they stay loyal to Israel, I'm glad that she's now getting involved in Thomas Massey's race. You know, because AIPAC wasn't enough. Our friends at AIPAC, our allies at AIPAC, and all of their money and influence, it wasn't enough to defeat Thomas Massey. So now we've got to bring in the big dogs. Now we got to bring in the heavy hitters. We're bringing in Adelson. We called her up. We said, "Oy vey, Miriam, did you hear? Thomas Massey's still winning. He doesn't love Israel. He doesn't want to send Israel more of American taxpayers' money. Oh, golly, oh, my. Oy vey, Marion, you have to spend tens of millions of dollars. What do you have left, Marion? We have to get rid of Thomas Massey, and then we'll deal with that Marjorie Taylor Greene problem, too. Oy vey, Mariam, help us, Mariam. We need more of America's money. We're losing the youth. We're losing the political narrative. We're losing it. We've got like 4 more years, Marion. We need it. We need that money. Help us, Mariam. We have to get rid of Massey. He loves America. He's an actual conservative. He must be stopped." $20 million. How do we feel? Now, look, I got to say, this hat is nice. This hat is nice. I'm actually a big fan. I don't know what I like more, the Russian Ushanka, or what is this one called? It's like the Schmittrel, I think, is what this one is called. Let me see what this one is called. I think it's called the Schmittrel. This hat's got drip, man. I already feel the power. I already feel more powerful just from wearing this hat. My hair grew out too. That's natural right there. As soon as I put the hat on, boom. I believe this is called the Schmittrel hat. Let me get the name right here. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know what the power of the Streamel. That's what it's. I might be pronouncing it wrong. Streamel. The Streamel hat. Because I saw Mamdani partying. I saw Mamdani partying with the Orthodox Jews there after his victory in New York City, and I saw that they were all in their Streamel, and I was jealous, and I was like, I got to get that hat. That is some drip. That is some serious drip you got on that hat. Let's just be real. So I had to have the hat. It's not as nice. I mean, they've got the official one. Theirs is probably handmade in Israel. I had to order mine offline, you know, so it's not as good. It's not as, you know, it's not as high quality. But it's a start. It's a start for me. I can already feel the power. My hair already grew out. And this is the message. This is the message to you Americans listening to this. MAGA is dead. Get over it. Bury it. It's over. It's MEGA now. Do you get the message? Don't you see it? We will be prioritizing Israel. We will be making sure that low approval rating foreign policy is executed against the wishes of the American people. And if you dare as an American, if you dare as a conservative, think that you can stand against us, well, you will learn the hard way. You can't defeat our money. And if you betray us on our money, then the other types of attacks begin. Yes. So I'm all in. MAGA is dead. MEGA is here. Join the team. Give it up, America. Give it up. You lost. Israel won. So you'll probably get more strikes on Iran. You'll probably get more foreign aid for Israel before you get a single deep state arrest. before you get any significant or meaningful Doge cuts or any audits, before you take care of your own debt, before you take care of your own economy, Israel will get more money, more military support, because that's who runs the show. So get on the winning team. Come on, guys. That's what it's all about, right? I mean, that's the new MAGA. You guys weren't supporting Donald Trump in 2015 and 2016. You didn't start supporting him till after he won. So you guys are all just joining the winning team. You're all just joining the bandwagon. That's what MAGA is all about, right? So I'm in. I'm on the team now. I am now MEGA. And I got to say, the updates, the upgrades to my wardrobe with this hat, the Schmeatrel, already been worth it. Just the hat, just the power of the hat alone. And now I can bully you and pressure you and bend you to my will. And then I'll character assassinate you and torment you and gaslight you and steal and co-opt your entire movement and your money. Feels good, man. I like it. I like it. Just waiting for those checks to start coming in, baby. It's the only way to make it in the economy right now, guys. How can you blame us? What else are we supposed to do? I got bills to pay. There's no work out there for an American. There's no work out there for a conservative in the media. We're broke. The only thing we can do is take the shekels. We got families to feed, damn it. We got mortgages. We got credit card debt. We got student loans. We should be thanking Israel. They're bailing us out. They're cutting us checks. And all we have to do is pledge loyalty to a foreign country. And all you have to do is admit that you're a second-class citizen because you're not God's chosen people. That's it. That's all you got to do. Sacrifice your humanity. Sacrifice your soul. Sacrifice your integrity. And most of all, sacrifice your country. Be a real patriot. You don't have any other choice. You're broke. You're desperate. You have nothing. You don't even have a political movement anymore. Put on the Schmeatrel. Join us. And the checks will start coming. Didn't you see Marion Adelson, $20 million to defeat Thomas Massey? Didn't you see? Israel is now working to spend more money to influence the online discourse, which totally proves they're winning, by the way, which totally proves it's such an easily winnable debate for them that they have to spend so much money to convince you. So I'm now on the team. Rabbi Schroyer is back. Maybe should I just take calls for Rabbi Schroyer? Because, I mean, I've got all the news. I've got the news. I got Ben Shapiro spazzing out. I got Trump telling you the economy is good. I got the false flag in New York City with the swastika. Really, I should probably get serious and cover this healthcare news because it's just so bad and nobody's really covering it. I should get serious today. But as you can see, I'm so fatigued with it, folks. I'm so fatigued with it. And it's better to just have fun and have a laugh, you know? Sometimes it's better to just have fun and have a laugh and put on the Schmeatrel, especially on a Friday. By the way, am I saying it right? Maybe somebody can call in, any of our Jewish audience, if I haven't offended you to a point that you've tuned out. Maybe you can call in and tell me how to properly pronounce it. Is this the Schmeatrel hat? Am I getting that right? It sounds right, but I'm not convinced. And what do you call my new hairdo too? This grew immediately as soon as I put the hat on. I don't know what happened. It's like some magic. It had some magical powers when we put it on. It's just look, it's just all gaslighting right now in the news, folks. It's all gaslighting. And I do feel a duty to come on here and call it out and tell you what's really going on. It's so tiresome. You know, we just need to laugh sometimes. We just need to lighten up sometimes. Let me just say this. And we'll refocus. We'll actually cover news and we'll take phone calls. Maybe we'll hear from DMT today. I know he's got some stuff he wants to. I think he's got a bone to pick with me, actually. He said he felt bad, but now he's going to be scared. See, when DMT was talking trash earlier, he said he felt bad. And I said, hey, that's fine. That's good. But then he saw me with the hat on and he shrank. He shrank into his chair. So I don't know. The power of the schmeatrol and the hair here might have scared DMT away today. I don't know. Maybe it might scare away the callers too. I don't know. But this thing has got drip, man. I mean, let's just be honest. This thing is hot. This thing is hot. It's not the biggest one. I feel like I could have had a bigger one too. Or maybe one with like a brim. But this will get the job done for today. I'm like 6'5" now, too. That's the power of the hat. I'm taller now. So I should probably get serious and cover some of this news. And I'm just not seeing it anywhere. That's the problem. Like, it's amazing how delusional conservatives are right now. It truly is. It's actually extremely shocking. And I'm not talking foreign policy now. I'm talking about the election results because I continue to see this. Now, I already addressed this yesterday, but I continue to see this today. These Republicans are just totally in denial, folks. And they're like, oh, it's okay. The Democrats won in Democrat districts. That's all that happened. Are you blind? Did you even... Look, here's what I'm going to tell you. You can like my style. You can like my delivery. You can like me or not. Doesn't really matter. Okay? Doesn't really matter. I don't take it personally either way. But here's something that is just a fact. I call it as it is. I don't talk about things that I don't know what I'm talking about. So when you see these people coming out and they say, oh, the Democrats just won in Democrat states, the Democrats just won in blue districts, they're either lying to you or they don't know what they're talking about. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Because it's like, I thought that Republicans, I thought that conservatives, I thought Trump supporters had a little more heightened sense of awareness, had a little more heightened sense of information. And I guess we were wrong. But what I think it is now what you have is Republicans are stuck. Republicans are stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck in this honeymoon phase. They're like trapped. And they can't get out of it. And they're high on the access. So because they're high on the access, they can't think straight. And because they're stuck in the honeymoon phase, they still think it's like the celebratory moment when it's really time for action. And that's what people are demanding, but they can't hear it. They don't know what's going on. They're blind. They're high on the access. They're drunk in the honeymoon phase. And they say, don't worry about the election results. It's just blue states. It's just blue districts. You clearly didn't look into it. You clearly have no clue what you're talking about if you say that. And so I'm just like, all right. You see, life is really a gamble. Everything you do in life is a gamble. If you think about it, everything you do in life is a transaction, is a negotiation, is a bet, is a gamble. So everybody has their different strategies about how they might handle this, but the process is similar enough. You weigh the potentials. You weigh the potentials. You examine the field. You weigh your options. And then you make a decision. And depending on your gambling style, you might make an aggressive decision. You might make the safe decision. But life's all about a gamble. So let me tell you, Let me tell you the gamble that I think I'm ready to make. And I've kind of already been in this like purgatory, this political purgatory, where it's like, all right, just go suck the MAGA phallus. Just go suck the MAGA silver spoon and get ingratiated into the establishment and get ingratiated into everything, and they'll prop you up and they'll make sure you're always taken care of, and they'll start to tease you with access slowly but surely, and then they'll tease you with the big TV appearances and everything else. Or I can turn heel. And I can say, you know what? I still like a lot of you guys. I still consider a lot of you guys friends, and politically and culturally and everything else, we probably still have more in common than we have different, and still love you guys, and I'm rooting for the best, and I hope everything works out well for you. But, I'm out. I'm not really having fun at this party anymore. It's not really for me anymore. I don't really like the new people that are here anymore, and I don't really think they like me. So, I wish you the best, but I think I'm out. But at the bottom line is this, folks. I don't know if I would say, no, I think I would. In fact, I think it's time. I think it's time. And this is why I talk about everything being a gamble. And I'll explain this mindset. I think MAGA's dead. I think on this November 7th broadcast, I'm declaring that MAGA is dead. It's dead. It's dead. Now, maybe it can be resuscitated, but MAGA is basically zombie land. MAGA is zombie land now. No, there's no serious players. Nobody's trying to put pressure on the administration to really get things done. Everybody is high on the access. Everybody is in the honeymoon phase. And they're scared. They're scared if they'll go against MAGA. Well, I'm not scared. And I remember when I started to get critical of Trump when we got Iran strikes before any of the America First agenda. And I started to get critical, and the attacks started coming in. And you'll go running back to Trump. You'll come running back to Trump. And I was just like, oh my God, that's it. It's dead. That's the end of the movement. I'll come running back to Trump. What are you? Are you in a cult? You sound like you're in a cult. You'll come running back to Trump. What, is Trump your daddy? What does that even mean? Do you need Trump? Is that a you thing? Because I don't know what you're talking about. You'll come running back to Trump. You're a cuck. You're in a cult. But here's the analysis. Here's the gamble of why I just might decide to turn heel. Because there's really nothing to lose at this point. There's nothing to lose. Clearly, this administration doesn't listen to us, original MAGA, true American patriots that actually want to save the country, that actually want real reform and demand real results. Clearly, they're not interested in us. So there's no reason for me to stick around. Oh, Epstein client list is a hoax. The economy is the greatest of all time. What? Okay. So look, if you believe that, and you want to sell that to Americans and sell that to your audience, fine. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to the American people. I'm not going to sit up here and regurgitate political propaganda and slop. I'm not going to do it. But it's actually, and I know why people are afraid. Again, they're high off the access, and they feel like, because the Trump administration has really brought in a lot of alternative media, independent media, and people that are probably closer to you and I than, say, the establishment. They have. I'll give them credit. They have done that. But it's like this. If this administration continues down this path and we don't get what we need, and it's pretty obvious, we need DOGE to go all the way. We need audits. We need to end the foreign aid. We need to end all foreign aid. We need to end all foreign wars. Quite frankly, we need to bring all the troops home. We need to cut taxes. We need to arrest the deep state. I mean, we need to be arresting people that created a COVID bioweapon in a lab that killed millions of people. We need to be arresting people that stole a 2020 election. Okay. We need to be arresting people that put political prisoners in jail for their speech. That's what we need to be doing. But we're getting Venezuela strikes. We're getting Syria strikes. We're getting Iran strikes. So, all right. Hey, have fun. Have fun. I'm done. I'm out. All right. But here's why it's the safest bet. Because I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope MAGA is not dead. I hope Trump has a redemption tour. I hope we get what we actually voted for. I hope we get declassification of 9/11, JFK, the Epstein files. I hope we get deep state arrests. I hope we get justice. I hope we get our country back. I hope we cut taxes. I hope we go all the way with Doge. All of it. I want it all to happen. No, there is nothing more I want for this country than for all of that to happen. There's nothing more this country needs for all of that to happen. But none of it's happening. None of it's happening. And if you dare demand it or call it out now with MAGA, you're the bad guy. You get ostracized. So, okay. But here's the best part of it. If all of that stuff does happen, I win anyway. I win anyway. So really, it's a no-lose situation. I get to stay true to my values. I get to stay true to my principles. I get to be honest with myself and my audience. And then, if this administration actually delivers on what we want, I still get what I want. So it's really the safest bet I've ever made. I would suggest others do the same. Because really, it's the only way we're going to get anything done here. But if we have all of these cultists and all of these ball lickers surrounding Trump, all of these newcomer sunshine patriot fake MAGA people, if that's who surrounds Trump and pats him on the head and tell him how great he is, then you're not going to get anything done. Okay? Now, I hope the stock market doesn't collapse, but let me tell you, if that happens, and there's signs, we're going to have big problems. And I don't really know how much you care to take stake into the fact that Donald Trump was basically sleeping yesterday during the Oval Office meeting. He kept going in and out of sleep. I'm not even mad. Honestly, I'm not. The guy works 16 hours a day. For an 80-year-old man, he's incredible. I admire Donald Trump's work ethic. I admire Donald Trump's stamina for an old man. It is incredible. I'm not even mad that he fell asleep yesterday. I'm not even mad that he was on camera taking a nap in the Oval Office. I kind of enjoyed it, actually. And I'm dead serious when I say this. I want President Trump to take a week vacation. Take a month vacation. Go play golf. Go play every golf course in the world you want to play that you've never played in right now. I don't even care. Go fly. Go take Air Force One. Take them all. Take a whole fleet. Get on an aircraft carrier if you want. Go hit drives off an aircraft carrier into the Pacific Ocean. Wouldn't bother me one bit. And maybe just shut it down. Just say, you know what? We're going to actually do a shutdown. Wouldn't bother me one bit. Do they have Trump sleeping on the Drudge Report today? Oh, yeah, it's at the top of Drudge today. They got nappy time Trump at the top of Drudge. Again, I'm not even mad. Good. Have a nap. Have 10 naps. Nap all day. Take a week vacation, Trump. Go play every golf course in the world. I will not be bothered at all. Honestly. This whole shit show that's become MAGA, this whole shit show of this Republican Party majority in the House and the Senate, it's a joke. Something has to end this negative momentum. Something has to change in this entire political energy right now. Because it's just a total joke. I mean, folks, the top two issues right now in Republican establishment politics, the top two issues right now in MAGA are cancel culture, which they're for now, and supporting a foreign policy that has an extremely low approval rating. These are the top two issues right now for MAGA, for the new MAGA base. The new MAGA faces and voices. Their top two issues are cancel culture, which they're for, and foreign policy that has a low approval rating. That's what they're into. So they're not talking about cutting taxes. They're not talking about cutting foreign aid. They're not talking about stopping the never-ending wars and the foreign involvement and entanglements. They're not talking about fiscal responsibility. They're not talking about Doge. They're not talking about deep state arrests. And, I guess there's a part of me that kind of feels bad because I'm getting blown up with this all week long. And I feel bad because it's like, what do I do? They claim that they're about to break the big January 6th pipe bomber story. And it's just like, do I even believe this? And I like Steve Baker. Steve Baker is an American patriot and a political prisoner. I want justice for Steve Baker. I want restitution for Steve Baker. I want the people that put Steve Baker in prison to go to prison. But it's like everybody's hitting me up like January 6th, pipe bomber. I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Is there a real investigation going on or not? Why is it that Glenn Beck and Steve Baker have to break this stuff? And then I have all the other independent people in media sending the story to me about how it's going to break. And I'm just like, well, why are you sending this to me? I know you guys have Dan Bongino's number. I know you guys have Kash Patel's number. I know you guys have direct access to the White House. Why are you sending this to me? What do you want me to do? Say, well, you got a big platform. You got a big show. I've been talking about this for 5 years. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't do this redundancy thing. I'm not a hamster on a wheel here. So, that's just where we're at. That's just where we're at. Well, you know what? Maybe there is a reason why my hair grew out like this. There actually might be a good reason why my hair is looking so great right now. Better than ever, you might say. Honestly, the people are talking about my hair. They're talking about how good it looks. And they're wondering what they can do. How? How did my hair get to such an elite level? Well, maybe it has something to do with the supplements I've been taking, the CHOQ supplements I've been taking. That's right. Specifically dealing with men's testosterone levels, which have declined 1% a year on average after the age of 30. I am over 30. May not look it, but I am. I'm 36. Worse off, men's testosterone levels on average are half of what they were 50 years ago. So you're already going on an uphill battle, men. Testosterone is more than just your manhood. It could also be your hair. It's critical for mental clarity, mood, sleep, overall vitality, and yes, maybe your wonderful lettuce on your head. The Patriots at CHOQ.com, that's CHOQ.com, CHOQ.com, have formulated a blend of natural herbal supplements that support your body's natural testosterone production. Just one ingredient in their male vitality stack has boosted free testosterone's level more than 50% in just 3 weeks. Maybe that's how my hair grew out so fast today. I don't know. And right now, you can get 25% off your CHOQ subscription by using coupon code Owen. Just go to CHOQ.com. That's CHOQ.com. Use the promo code Owen, and that's 25% off any subscription. Cancel anytime. CHOQ is made in America, and their all-American customer service team is standing by to assist you. You can go to CHOQ.com, or you can text or call them at 50-CHOQ-3000. They will take calls. They will take texts at 50-CHOQ-3000 or CHOQ.com. And remember, folks, coupon code Owen gets you 25% off your subscription. And this stack that I have right here, the male vitality stack, I actually think I might be on week 4 now. I'm either on week 3 or week 4. But it is great. It is great. All jokes aside, men, you know what happens when you reach 30. You can tell. And it gives you a little bit of that 20 vitality back. It gives you a little bit of that 20s energy, that 20 gusto. And it's been great. And I said, I'm only gonna promote supplements that I take, that I use, that I know work. So I'm vouching for them. They're great. They really do work, guys. 25% off your subscription by using coupon code Owen at CHOQ.com. That's CHOQ.com. All right. Wonder if we'll be hearing about the hat for the live reads today. Well, I was forced to wear this hat, actually. I got a call. All right. I got a call. They forced me to wear the hat, guys. I was made to wear the hat. All right, here we go. What do we want to get into? Do we want to get into Sleepy Trump telling you how great the economy is? We can give you some Sleepy Trump. Yeah, let's go to a little Sleepy Trump. We love our Sleepy Trump. He's got a little hair. He's got a little bedhead going here, too. So, he just finished up a nap, so.
Talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of living through Thanksgiving and enjoying Thanksgiving. For Joe Biden, it was 25% more than it is for me. At a later time, our energy costs are way down. Our groceries are way down. Everything is way down. And the press doesn't report it. The press reports whatever the con people say. I call the Democrats con men and women. They make up numbers. But when you look at 25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between
makes up numbers. Folks, he's up here making up numbers. Now, again, I think he's getting bad advice. Somebody's giving him this. Somebody's giving him these numbers and this information, and they're setting him up. Folks, the Walmart Thanksgiving dinner is not down 25%. Now, you could say the sticker price is down 25%, but it's a totally different product. There's less food. There's 25% less food in the Thanksgiving package from Walmart. And they're now using all store brand food products. So they used to outsource their different food products for the Thanksgiving dinner package. Now there's not as much food in there, and they're all in-store brand food items. So President Trump, I don't know who's giving you this stuff, all right? I don't know who's giving you this bad intel and then setting you up to embarrass yourself, but you need to fire them. I'm telling you, if I'm Trump right now, who knows? Who knows what access he has to outside the White House? Honestly, who knows? Who knows? But if he gets wind of it, if I'm Trump right now, I'm about to hit the reset button. It's like he might not even know how bad the elections were Tuesday. He might not know that Democrats won elections in Georgia and Mississippi that they haven't won since the turn of the 21st century. I now know of 2 elections Republicans won. They won an election in Bloomington, Illinois, and they won an election in Mesa, Arizona. Somebody reached out to me. They said, hey, we won one down here in Mesa. So I know of 2 Republican victories this week. If I was President Trump, I'd see all of this stuff, and I'd see, okay. I'd say the MAGA base, my support base, the Republican voters are split. It's the worst split I've ever seen in politics. Never seen a divide like this, and we all know it's over foreign policy. I'm also getting bad intelligence to my desk talking about the economy, and now I keep telling America how great the economy is, and none of them agree with me because it's not true. And by the way, all the people that committed crimes against me and tried to put me in jail and tried to kill me, I'm talking about from Trump's perspective. They tried to do that to Trump. None of them have been arrested. So you know what? If I were Trump, this is my advice to President Trump right now. And he has to listen because of my hat. President Trump, I would just hit the reset button. You know what? I would not even worry about whatever damage is done. I would hit the reset button. I would fire probably about everybody. I'd fire more than 50% of your staff. I'd fire more than 50% of your advisors, maybe all of your advisors. I'd fire them all. And then I'd take a week off. and just go play golf and just think about things. Clear your head, clear your mind, fire almost everybody. Just shake it up, send a shockwave through DC, send a shockwave through your staff, fire them all, and then go play golf for a week and then come back. That's what I would advise President Trump to do. That's what I would do if I was Trump today. Fire them all. And then have Johnson and Thune come in before you leave town, drag them into the Oval Office before you leave town for a golf trip, and say, listen, punks, listen, you spineless cowards. Our window of time to save this country just got a lot smaller. So come up with a plan. Come up with a plan for the House and the Senate to help accomplish our agenda. And if you can't do it, I will destroy your political careers. Please, forget about Massey. Forget about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Forget about them. That's not your problem, President Trump. They are not your problem. Haul those invertebrates, John Thune and Mike Johnson, into the Oval Office, and you tell them you got a week. You spineless cowards. You feckless excuse for leaders. You have a week to figure out something to get my agenda done before the midterms, or I'm going to destroy your political careers. I'm going to demand that we have new leadership in the House and the Senate. You got a week to figure it out. Get the hell out of my office. Just let them have it, Trump. Just let them have it. Just go off like a rocket in space and then just take a week off and play some golf and clear your mind and just hit the reset button. Because this thing is a disaster, Mr. President. And I know you're surrounded by people that want to keep you happy. And I know you're surrounded by people that are scared to tell you the truth. So listen to somebody that doesn't live in fear. Listen to someone that's not a coward. President Trump, listen to me. President Trump, the MAGA movement is on life support. It's really already dead. Your voter base is more divided and fractured and infighting, unlike anything I've seen in modern American politics. The economy is not good. You could actually make a case that the economy is worse than it's ever been. You could make that case right now. The MAGA movement, not good. The economy, not good. The MAGA agenda, not good. The America First agenda, gone. Republican leadership in the Senate, worthless. Republican leadership in the House, worthless. All the people that you appointed to leadership positions, what are they doing? President Trump, it's time to go scorched earth. Okay? It's time to go scorched earth. Call them all into your office. Fire at least half of them. Sit down and give a mandate to Thune and to Johnson, and you tell them they got a week to figure it out, or you're going to demand new leadership in the Senate and you're going to demand new leadership in the House. And if you really want to shake it up, if you really want to shake it up, if you really want to get results out of John Thune and Mike Johnson, you want to know what you do? You tell John Thune that if he doesn't get his shit together, you're going to do everything you can to make Rand Paul the Senate Majority Leader. And watch John Thune turn into the Hulk. You bring in Mike Johnson and you tell him, I'm going to make Thomas Massie, I'm going to do everything I can to make Thomas Massie the Speaker of the House. Oh my God, can you imagine the panic? Or tell Speaker Johnson, I'm going to do everything I can to make Thomas Massie. I'm going to do everything I can to make Marjorie Taylor Greene the Speaker of the House. Oh my gosh. Mike Johnson will work harder than he has in his entire life. And all those lobbyists that run this administration will start panicking. They'll start panicking. That's what I would advise Trump to do. That's what I would do if I was Trump. Call them all in and go scorched earth. Call them all in. Forget about the nuclear option with the filibuster. That's an F. That's a horrible decision, and you know that, by the way. Because when the Democrats called for ending the filibuster when Biden was president, you all hated it. When AOC was doing media tours saying we need to end the filibuster, everybody was screaming about how dumb she was and how she needs to be stopped. But now you love it? That's not your nuclear option, President Trump. Do not end the filibuster. That will be bad for the future of America. I understand why you want to do it. I do. But that would be a bad decision. No, President Trump, here's your nuclear option. You go nuclear. You go nuclear. You fire half of your staff. And you tell Thune and Johnson, Thune, I'm going to replace you with Rand Paul if you don't get your shit together. And you tell Johnson, I'm going to replace you with Massey or Marjorie Taylor Greene if you don't get your shit together. And you watch. You watch how fast they turn into the Hulk. You watch how fast they turn into Spider-Man. And then just take a week off. Just ignore the press. Go spend time with your family. Go play some golf with Kai. Go shoot some videos for YouTube. Go hang out with Don Jr. Go hang out with Eric and his family. Maybe go to a church service. Just don't even, just basically take a week off from being president. And just let them figure it out. Clear your mind, clear your head, clear your conscience. Hit the reset button. Go scorched earth, go nuclear, and then come back in a week and say, all right, who here is ready to actually save the country? And the minute that little rapscallion, Mark Levin, even says Israel, have your biggest, strongest Secret Service agent pick him up by the scruff of his neck and toss him out of the room. That's how you can save the country, Mr. Trump. That's how you can save your administration, Mr. Trump. That's how you can save the MAGA movement, Mr. Trump. But if you don't do this soon, and if you don't do this now, it's over. It's done. And the Democrats will win the midterms, and they will impeach you, and they will once again try to put you in jail. That's what you're up against personally. So who's ever giving you the bad advice, who's ever keeping all of this from you, Mr. President, they are not your friend. And if you continue to listen to their advice, you will likely end up back in a courtroom and maybe a jail cell. And I don't want to see that. So let's go. Let's go. The nuclear option is not the filibuster. The nuclear option is Donald Trump. President Trump going nuclear. President Trump going scorched earth. And that whole attitude that we had when Israel started bombing the Gaza Strip again, and you came out and you said to the media they don't know what the fuck they're doing, it's time for you to direct that to your own administration. It's time for you to direct that to your own cabinet. It's time for you to direct that to Speaker Johnson and John Thune. And when the media says, Speaker Johnson does this, John Thune's do this, your cabinet does this, you need to stand up before you get on Air Force One to go play golf for a week. You need to stand up in front of the media and say, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then disappear for a week and let that be your final statement and let them figure it out. And then you can come back and say, all right, who here wants to save the country? That would be my advice, Mr. President. So, you can continue to take the advice from who's ever advising you, and your approval ratings will continue to sink. The MAGA movement will continue to shrivel into a dying husk. And the Democrats will take the next two election cycles, and God knows what they'll do with that power. And anybody who's not telling you this stuff, Mr. President, is not your friend. I'll cut it right there. I can't go back to the video. I just can't do it. I got other news stories. I feel bad. It's like nobody's really covering this healthcare stuff. So I feel like it's my duty to at least show you it. It's just, I've just reached this point of fatigue. And I'd rather hear from you, quite frankly. Quite frankly, I'd rather hear from you in the audience. But maybe we can do it all. Maybe we can have our cake and eat it too. Just maybe. Maybe that's what we'll try to do. All right. Speaking of having your cake and eating it too, well, I'm not sure that they put cake in the survival gear. I don't know if that would really be a good decision. But they've got a very dynamic option of different foods, different emergency foods in the Black Friday Survival Special right now at My Patriot Supply. That's right, the Black Friday Special, ladies and gentlemen. So, ever since COVID, millions of Americans have stated buying preparedness supplies. They've started buying preparedness supplies, especially emergency food, and that's a good thing. But there's a big mistake. There's an oversight. Most people, when they buy emergency food, they don't think about how they're going to cook it, right? You don't think about that until you've been through it. What are you going to do to cook your food when the power is out? So our friends at My Patriot Food Supply have the solution with their Black Friday Survival Special. It comes with a 4-week food supply plus $150 worth of free gifts, including everything you need to prepare your emergency meals, like a cook stove, fuel, and fire starters, plus a water purifier, bug out bag, and more. It's the complete survival kit your family needs to ride out natural disasters, civil unrest, or anything else. It also makes a great Christmas gift. That's a great Christmas gift. Hey, here's insurance you can eat. Hey, here's survival preparedness. Hey, if the worst happens, I got your back. Great Christmas gift. But it's only available through Black Friday. My goodness, are we flying through time, by the way? So head to mypatriotsupply.com/Owen. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Owen to check out everything that's included. With all the uncertainty in the world right now, we simply can't afford to be unprepared. mypatriotsupply.com/Owen and get prepared with the Black Friday Survival Special, 4-week emergency food supply, plus $150 in free gifts. Thank you to our friends at My Patriot Food Supply for taking care of all of our emergency preparedness needs. Okay. Hour number 1 in the books. What will we do in hour number 2? I'm really not sure right now. We'll find out soon.
You're listening to the Owen Report on the Win Network.
Extra-dimensional and multi-universal. Here's your host, Owen Schroyer.
Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh man, I thought we were having fun. I thought we were having fun. Are we not allowed to have fun now? You guys. You should see the messages I'm getting. You guys don't get it, do you? You just don't. You don't. You did this. You created this. I'm turning heel now. You didn't want me in your party. You pushed me out. You didn't want to do MAGA. You didn't want to do America First. You guys attacked me. You guys tried to destroy me. You guys threw me out of the movement that I helped create. You guys threw me out of the movement that I went to prison for. You threw me out of the movement that I had to deal with lawfare for, censorship for, death threats for. You guys kicked me out, and now you're mad that you can't control me? Fuck you. This is what a free man looks like. This is what a free American looks like. Oh. Or maybe you're scared. Maybe you're scared I might get your powers. It's hilarious. Do you really think you can control me? Like we could have been allies. But you stole the movement that I suffered for. You co-opted the movement that we paid the price for. And now you said you don't want us and you don't need us. So fine. So here I am. How do you like me now? How do you like me now? I'm turning heel. How do you like me now? Now you're going to have to deal with me KOing you. Now you're going to have to deal with me giving you a stone cold stunner. Now you're going to have to deal with me giving you a rock bottom. Enjoy. You did this. Congratulations. But hey, who cares? It's all about Israel anyway. So what do you care what I do? As long as Israel get what it wants, why do you care what I'm doing? I'm not allowed to have fun. I'm not allowed to have fun and wear a funny hat. Am I going to have to go apologize? Do I need to go on an apology tour? Give me a break. Give me a break. Man. I might have to, my messages are blowing up with this. I might have to publish some of this. It's so funny, honestly. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't even think I can be serious today because the whole thing is such a joke. I don't even think I can be serious today because everything's just such a pathetic joke. This was, maybe I'll just pile drive through this. I won't even do commentary. How about that? I won't even do commentary. I'll just show you. I'll just show you what I got in the news. I won't even talk. I'll just show you everything I got. And then we can maybe take calls. You guys, you just don't get it, do you? Oh, man. Have fun. Have fun. You got it. You got heel Schroyer now. I'm turning heel. It's fine. You guys, this is what you wanted. You wanted an opposition. And it's a great move, too, I got to say. For the entertainment factor, for the factor of fun and the audience, it's a great move. People love a good heel. People love a good heel, and they love a good rivalry. So I would embrace it if I were you. I'm embracing it now. I'm turned loose. The cords are cut. It's over. I'm turning heel. It's done. So you should embrace it now. I mean, you guys already attack me all day long. It's like what I'm saying. It's like, what do you expect to happen? You attack us all day long. You lie about us all day long. You lie about what we stand for all day long. And then you're surprised when we turn against you? What? So enjoy it. I enjoy heel Schroyer. Go ahead. Give me your worst. Give me your worst. I'm ready. I'm ready. Or maybe you guys are probably too tired. You guys are too tired. You've expended all of your energy trying to destroy Tucker Carlson, who's bigger than ever. Trying to destroy Candace Owens, who's bigger than ever. Trying to destroy Nick Fuentes, who's bigger than ever. You guys have wasted all your time trying to destroy them. And so you probably don't have any more time for me. Man, that's funny. Actually, I just thought it was Halloween. Is it not Halloween today, guys? Is it not Halloween? I like the Orthodox Jews, actually. I do. I like their politics. I like how they stand up against the genocidal Zionists. I like how they stand up for America. I like how they stand against Netanyahu. I like the Orthodox Jews a lot, actually. I like how they stood against the COVID mandates and tyranny and vaccine mandates and tyranny. I like how they supported Donald Trump early in the game. I like it. I'm in. I'm totally in. This isn't an outfit. This is my real hair. But it's funny. I think it was Dave Smith. Here's an interesting question. How do you convert to Islam? You just convert. I think you pledge your you pledge your spirit, or you commit to Muhammad, and you're in. How do you convert to Christianity? You give your life to Jesus and you're in. Because it's a religious movement. It's a spiritual, religious, it's a belief. How do you convert to Judaism? How do you do that? Is it a religion or what is it? I don't know. Do I just put on the hat? Here's Fox News. Mainstream last night. Greatest segment of all time last night on Fox News.
Before you go anywhere, we actually have a special message from Edan.
Good evening. My name is Edan Alexander. I'm so honored to accept this recognition from the Fox Patriot Awards. Serving Israel and standing with America remains the greatest privilege of my life. First, I want to thank President Trump.
Serving Israel, the greatest of his life. And he's obviously reading off a script. You can see it. So that's what I'm saying, folks. This is the problem with MAGA now. They all are high on access. They're all in the honeymoon phase. They want to go to the Fox Patriot Awards. They want to go to the fancy Mar-a-Lago events. They want to go to the fancy White House ballroom events. They want to put on the suit, put on the bow tie, and get invited. They want the access. They care more about the access than they do about saving the country now. That's where MAGA is at. They care more about the glitz and the glamour and the access than the agenda. Okay? That's the reality. The Fox Patriot Awards. Notice how many January 6ers were up there. How many January 6ers have been invited to the Fox Patriot Awards or even allowed to go on Fox News? What about all the people that have had their lives destroyed for supporting Trump with the lawfare and the censorship? They never seem to get invited to these things. But it's the Patriot Awards. So they just don't qualify. There's some other standard. By the way, false flag alert. The NYPD has released images of a fedora-clad suspect seen vandalizing a Brooklyn yeshiva with swastikas in the aftermath of Mamdani's win. Folks, this is not a Jewish person, okay? This whoever did this obviously tried to dress up like an Orthodox Jewish person to make it look like a Jewish person did this. Let's not, because I understand that the fake swastika thing has been caught 100,000 times. I get it. The whole fake swastika thing has been caught with Jewish people doing a fake swastika thing. It's been caught 100 times. There have been attacks on Jewish graveyards. They find the perp. It's a Jewish person. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You have self-hating Jews. You have Jews that hate Israel. So it could mean anything. But just, please, guys, an Orthodox Jewish person did not hop on their bike in full garb and go spray a swastika, okay? This is obviously somebody that doesn't like Jews who dressed up like an Orthodox Jew so that's what the headlines would report. They wanted that to be the optics, okay? Let's just be fair here. This is not an Orthodox Jew riding around on a bike spraying swastikas. This is somebody in a costume because that's what they want you to think. All right? Let's just call balls and strikes here. Or maybe my hat's getting in the way. I love this one. Here's Dave Smith in a debate with this lawyer. It's hilarious. Watch this.
Pierce, if I'm ever charged with murder, get this lady to represent me. So that's who I want on my team. The problem here is that you're not allowed to tell the truth. You're Israel's lawyer, and you got to defend them no matter what. Natasha, does Israel have nuclear weapons?
Sorry, I'm an independent
Does Israel
member
have nuclear
of
weapons?
the English bar.
Yes or no?
That's a good question.
I'm not instructed.
Yes or no?
I'm
yes
not
or no, Natasha?
instructed.
Do they have
Does
nuclear
Israel have
weapons?
nuclear weapons, Natasha?
Why do you think I would know any better than you, Piers?
What's the name of your company?
You do know. You
Isn't
are
name of your
not telling the
organization?
truth, and so you won't say it. It's disqualifying to this conversation. You're playing a different game than me and Pierce are. We are having a conversation about what's actually going on. You're a lawyer who's not allowed to incriminate your client, which is Israel, because you know the answer the same way Pierce knows it, the same way I know it. Do they have nukes?
Let me be perfectly clear. I am not in the employ of anyone associated.
What's the name of your organization?
UK Lawyers for Israel.
UK Lawyers for Israel. UK Lawyers for Israel.
Pierce, if I'm...
Look, I am somebody that just genuinely cares about all humans, okay? I really do. I don't have hate in my heart for anybody. And I've tried to express this before. If you love Israel, or if you're a Jewish individual and you care about Jews, you have to realize how much damage is being done to your cause right now. And it's not Dave Smith. Dave Smith is actually helping the Israel and Jewish cause more than anybody. And it's funny that you can't see that. So, you know, I feel bad, but why aren't there more people like Dave Smith calling this out? And she says, I have no affiliation with Israel. And they say, what's the name of your law firm? UK Lawyers for Israel. Like, dude, if that's the side you're on the side of outright liars. And if you're on the side of liars, well, I think it's safe to say you're on the wrong side. And it's easy to defeat a liar in a debate, by the way. Speaking of the nuclear weapons debate, which is the big open secret that Israel has all the nukes and everybody knows it, but they pretend they don't. It's like the victim play. Listen to this from Jason Giorgiani on Israel nukes.
I hope, although I'm not particularly optimistic with people out there like Fuentes and Luke Cage or whatever their names are, I'm not particularly optimistic, but there does seem to be maybe some potential in cleaning up whatever occurred, whatever bad blood there was in the past, and recognizing that the mission of Israel, like a secular Israel, is not that different at all from the civilizing mission of the Western civilization.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly hope so. I mean, that's what I'm working toward. If the West knew what was good for it, Westerners knew what was good for them, they would realize that Israel is the canary in the coal mine, and Israel...
I love this one. You don't know what's good for you. Israel is what's good for you. You, the American, you, the European, you don't know what's good for you. You don't. They do. And what's good for you is obviously Israel, and Israel all the time, and Israel only. Hey, good luck with that messaging, guys. Good luck. Good luck. And you know it's not working. It's like you complain all day about anti-Semitism. You complain all day about anti-Israel, and then you go out there and you say crap like that. And then you go out there and you say America first doesn't exist. It's only with Israel. And then you say you don't even know what's good for you. What's good for you is Israel. I'm stunned it's not working, guys. I'm stunned your strategy. I'm stunned your tactics. I'm stunned your messaging isn't working. I really am. And you admit it's not working because you complain how it's not working. And you continue to spend money to try to change the narrative. And I'm just stunned with messaging like that. I don't know how it's not working, guys.
Westerners knew what was good for them. They would realize that Israel is the canary in the coal mine, and Israel is frankly, it's the first and last line of defense against the Islamic world. Because if Israel falls, I don't see the political will in Europe, or even, frankly, I'm sorry to say, in this country, to really stop the rise of a global Islamic caliphate. I don't see it. What stands...
Yeah, guys, we can't defeat... America can't defeat Islam. Oh, yeah. America can't defeat... because that's our enemy, right? I mean, this is just so pathetic, but it's about to get worse.
Between us and a global Islamic caliphate. By the way, you know,
Yeah. Christians haven't gone on crusades and defeated Islamic caliphates before. Right. Okay.
The demography shows that we will have a Muslim majority on earth by the year 2075. Okay. So the only thing standing between us and a global Islamic caliphate are 300 Israeli nuclear warheads.
Oh! Folks, I'm going to play that for you one more time. And I want you to hear what this person just said. Listen to this. Listen to this very soberly. Listen to this very stoically. Listen to what he just said.
And a global Islamic caliphate are 300 Israeli nuclear warheads. So the only thing standing between us and a global Islamic caliphate are 300 Israeli nuclear warheads.
Are you holding the world hostage with nukes? That's what it sounds like to me. I'm sorry, am I misinterpreting? Because it sounded to me like you just said you're going to hold the world hostage with Israel nukes, which, by the way, you stole the technology from the United States of America, and now you're holding the world hostage with it? That's your pitch? And then, of course, in the next conversation, if you ask if Israel has nukes, they'll say, no, of course Israel doesn't have nukes. And then they'll say, by the way, we got 300 nukes, so you better not mess with us. I'm stunned this isn't working over young Americans. I'm stunned. I don't know how messaging like this, I don't know how this tact in dialogue is just not winning over Americans and younger Americans. I'm stunned. I don't know how it's not working, really. It seems like it would work so well, too. You'd think that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. How about Megyn Kelly and Ben Shapiro? Here's one for you.
I think Tucker is in a place right now of the same place that Charlie was getting to toward the end of his life, the same place that some people had tried to drive me, which is you're under withering, nonstop accusations of being something you know you're not.
Well,
but from some people who you love and who you've been protecting, at least in my case and Charlie's case, for 2 years, who you've been completely defensive of. And Charlie and I both felt, and because we talked about this on my show, like, what's happening here? Why are they dropping charges of anti-Semitism against us when we love Jews and we're both open Semites? We're Zionists. I think Tucker
Shapiro's spazzing out. He's spazzing out, folks. It gets even more funny. This is the facts don't care about your feelings guy, Ben Shapiro, spazzing and spurging out now.
That if I see somebody breach basic moral values by having on a Nazi, and in my own view, take your own view, in my own view, gloss the Nazi, then I'm going to speak out about that. And I'm going to point out that there is a long pattern of him ideologically laundering terrible ideas over the course of the last 2 years, ranging from traveling to Russia to sniff the bread and explain why the Russian regime is actually wonderful, to saying last week that the Venezuelan regime of Nicolas Maduro is actually not that bad because they're being attacked by, in his words, globo homo.
Tucker's made the point, I'm not going to here to be Tucker's defender, but he's made the point that Maduro is culturally conservative.
Who gives a shit? The guy's a communist.
Guys, the facts don't care about your feelings guy. The anti-emotional debate guy, Ben Shapiro, is spazzing out now, and he's resulting to calling everyone a Nazi and cursing on shows. Not even a debate. It's not even a debate. He's just on with Megyn Kelly talking to her, and he's cursing and spazzing out everybody's a Nazi. That's how bad they're losing the debate. And you can give credit to Ben Shapiro. As far as debate is concerned, as far as dialogue is concerned, you know, Ben is very sharp. He's very good. But here's the problem. You can't defend in this circumstance. You cannot defend this war. You cannot defend this death. And nobody's interested in hearing the Israeli defense as far as U.S. tax dollars supporting their wars and supporting their country. So there's no winning this debate. That's the problem. Ben Shapiro is now forced into a debate that he cannot win, and he will not win. So he's spazzing out now. He's cursing. Everyone's a Nazi. I wonder if this trend is going to continue. Are we going to see a Ben Shapiro crash out? Was that it? Was that the beginning of it? And I'm sick of this crap too. I already addressed this earlier. I'm not going to go more, but I see this talking point everywhere. There was nothing happened this week. It was just Democrats winning in Democrat states, Democrat districts. Dude, guys, you're fooling yourselves if you believe that, and you didn't do any research. This Tuesday night was the worst election results for Republicans since 2008. That is a fact. Democrats won seats and flipped majorities in states that they haven't since the turn of the 21st century. Okay? Don't fool yourselves. And now you're saying we need to end the filibuster. When the Democrats said it, you were against it. So why are you for it now? You had this happen. I'm telling you, this thing's not going away. You can try your best. It's not going away. This is Eric and Laura Trump taking questions at a Right Side Broadcast Turning Point event.
Mr. Trump and Ms. Trump, I'd like to ask about your father's relationship with Israel. He's taken over $230 million from pro-Israel groups. During the summer against Iran, even though he advised against it, Israel still attacked Iran, and the U.S. still bombed on behalf of Israel. Your father's frustrations with Netanyahu have been made clear when he
all right, I don't want to
TV.
spend all the time because I do just want to take calls today, and the longer I spend on these things, you get the point. So what do you think is going to happen? I mean, here it is again.
Zionist mouthpiece, the genocidal entity.
Here it is again. This is a Barry Weiss event. Barry Weiss.
You call yourself a journalist. You're nothing but a hateful Zionist mouthpiece, the genocidal entity. Bury the.
So what are you going to do? You've already lost the youth. You've already lost the debate. Here's another example. This is an Italian journalist who asked this question. And got fired. An Italian journalist asked this question at an EU event, at an EU press event, and he got fired for asking this simple question.
You have been repeating several times that Russia should repay for the reconstruction of Ukraine. Do you believe Israel should repay for the reconstruction of Gaza, since they have destroyed almost all the strip and the civilian infrastructures? Thank you.
Perfectly reasonable question.
It's definitely an interesting question on which I would not have any comment at this stage.
Yeah, of course not. He was fired for asking that question. If logic and standards cannot be applied universally, it's propaganda. It's propaganda. All right, let me do this. Let me close it out with this. This is the big KO. Well, okay, I'll do two things. I'm going to go to two videos. I'm going to go to a Tucker video and then kind of just a final video on this. And then I'm going to do the healthcare videos, and then I'm going to take calls. But folks, what are they going to do? What are they going to do with these turning point events when everybody continues to ask about the Israel issue? What are they going to do? Are they going to stop having them? Are they going to start censoring questions? What are they going to do? What are they going to do whenever they have EU events, any sort of a press event like that? What are they going to do when people are asking about Israel? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? I mean, you just heard that one guy, basically Jolani or whatever his name is. Oh, no, that's the Al-Qaeda leader that we just put in charge of Syria. That's the guy. What are they going to do? Well, we have 300 nukes. So what, are you holding us hostage? Nice. Yeah, you guys are really the moral superiority of the world, aren't you? Holding the world hostage with your 300 nukes that you stole from us. What are they going to do? Honestly, what are they going to do? You're not going to avoid this question. It's the number one issue everybody talks about. Everybody's sick of it. And this is the real issue. This is just, if you want to boil it down to why it's not going to go away, if you want to boil it down to why it's only going to get worse, I get it. And I know there's people listening because you're messaging me right now that love Israel, and we debate, and that's fine. And you know what? I still like you. I don't hate anybody. I like debating. I actually like people that disagree with me, that we can have a passionate debate, that are informed and strong on their stance. We can have a debate and we can break bread. I like that. Why do you think I do this? If I was scared of political debate, if I was scared of people that disagreed with me, do you think I'd do this? So I like it. Here's the problem. And I say that again, I'm saying I want you to understand. I want you to understand why this is going so bad for you. So I get it. If you love Israel, fine. Fine. You have every right to love Israel. Okay? And specifically, if you're a Jewish American and you grew up in a Jewish household and you were taught about Israel and you were taught to love Israel and you have that in your upbringing, okay, I get it. I get it. You love Israel. It's part of your tradition. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's a cause for you. That's a passion for you. That's a big thing for you. All right. No problem here. That's your thing. That's okay. But here's what you have to understand. For 90%, and probably higher than that, for 90% of American households, Israel is not a thing. There's no culture of supporting Israel. There's no culture or tradition or family tradition or attitude that they love and support Israel. It doesn't exist in 90% of American households. Okay? I'm sorry to say, 90% of American households do not care about Israel, folks. They just don't. Now, you might think you have 90% of the political establishment. That's because the AIPAC lobby buys up the politicians. And that's because the Israeli lobby is able to also buy up people in the media. So you kind of have that where you're able to have that facade that it's a popular thing, but it's not. And no amount of propaganda and ownership over the politicians and the media is going to change that. It's just not. So I get it. You love Israel. That is a passionate thing that is near and dear to your heart. Okay. Okay. But you have to understand, 90% of Americans do not feel that way. And even the 40% of that 90% that might view Israel in a positive light, that number is dwindling fast. And most of those people are over 60 years old, if you catch my drift. And that same passion and that same commitment and that same love that you have for Israel, we have for America. And that same resentment and sometimes hatred and all that energy that goes out to anybody that stands in your way of supporting Israel, to anybody that stands in the way of the Israel cause, and that fight that you take up because you view that as they're standing in your way and they're standing in the way of your cause, and we see how you respond to that. That's America for us. That's how we feel about America. Are we not allowed to have the same love and appreciation and passion and defense of America that you have for Israel? What type of arrogance and entitlement do you carry that you think your interest for Israel, even though you're an American, what type of arrogance and entitlement do you carry that you think your love for Israel is more important than my love for America? That's your downfall. So you basically have two options at this point. You can continue with this commitment to Israel, and you can put your full force behind it to get as much of the media and as much of the government, the politicians, to rally behind that. And you'll probably have another 4 years to do just that. I'd say 4 years, probably max. But then after that, it's going to be very, very ugly. And the positive relationship that America and Israel has is going to turn negative, and it's going to turn sour. And what you're dealing with now will be like nothing. This will be like a cakewalk compared to what it'll be like in 4 years. So that's your first option. Your second option is to say, okay, you know what? I do love Israel, and it's a big issue of mine, but I'm in the minority. This is America. This is a Christian country, and I have to support the American cause before I support the Israel cause, and I have to get on board with the American cause and show that that cause comes before the Israel cause. That's the only way to save this. That is your only way to save this. So again, I'm coming from a place of love. I'm coming from a place of love and care. But you have to understand, it's like what Megyn Kelly was saying, what Tucker Carlson has been saying. When you're accusing people of things that they're not, you lose all credibility and you create enemies. And that's what you're doing. And when you continue to tell us that we have to put a foreign country's interests before our own, now you've created a political opposition that is only going to grow. And it doesn't help that in the backdrop of all of this, you guys just killed 100,000 Palestinians. Doesn't help. Now, I would just say, well, people take this the wrong way. I don't understand why. And now they're attacking Brett Cooper because she told Randy Fine that he'd be better off in Israel. I just don't understand. Why is that such an insult? I really don't understand that. Why is that an insult? Why is that considered anti-Semitic? Isn't it true? Honestly, I mean, it's a fair question. If you love Israel so much, why don't you move there? Why is that not a fair question? I love America, so I live it. I'm not going to leave America. I love America. Now, I could easily say it's time for me to leave. I could easily say it's time for me to leave America. I get politically persecuted. I get death threats. I get swatted. I have to deal with censorship. I fight like hell in the media, in the streets, for my country, for my movement, and then I'm told to kick rocks. I could easily say, screw it, I'm out. But I love America. That's what I care about. That's what I hold near and dear to my heart. That's the tradition that I was raised in with my family, with military on both sides. Destroyers have been here since the 1600s. I love this country. I'm allowed to love this country. I'm allowed to put this country first and foremost and in alone if I want. And you're allowed to do that too for Israel. I'm not standing in your way. Nobody's standing in your way. I just don't get it. If you love Israel so much, why are you here? Why are you telling Americans that they have to love Israel? Now, if you want to live in America, I don't blame you. You're more than welcome to live here. You probably love America too. But I just don't get it. It's like, why is that a bad thing to say? And that's how it gets construed. It's like, oh, wow, that's so bigoted. That's anti-Semitic. What are you talking about? You talk about Israel all day long. It's your number one cause. So it's kind of I think a common sense question to just say, oh, gee, well, have you thought about moving there? Have you thought about living there? What are you doing here? If it's so bad here, now, and the evil Tucker Carlson, and oh my gosh, you're wearing a hat. That's offensive. Like, okay, well, I'm an American. I got free speech, bud. I'll do what I want. Thanks. And isn't that ironic? At this rate, the left put me in jail for free speech, and then the right will probably put you in jail for free speech too. But I think it's a fair question to ask. It's like, hey, you love Israel, right? Yes. Okay. Have you thought about moving there? Huh? You complain about the anti-Semitism all the time. You complain about Tucker Carlson. You complain about American patriots all day long that won't be loyal to Israel. So, okay, so you got a beef. All right. Well, we're not going to change our mind. So I get it. You love Israel. It's near and dear to your heart. I'm fine with that. You do what you want. You make up your mind. You decide what you care about. You decide what your priorities are. I'm not getting in your way. I'm not telling you can't do that. I just don't get it. It's like, so go ahead. Go be an Israeli citizen. Go live there. Why is that such a negative question to ask? No, it's this whole game where it's like, if you don't get on board with the narrative 100%, then we're going to call you an anti-Semite and we're going to destroy you. All right, I'm going to shut up. Let's go to these clips. I got a Tucker Carlson clip, and then I got the slam dunk clip, and we'll get into the healthcare stuff and then take calls.
Our foreign policy is not wholly dependent on the whims of Israel. Of course, we have, acting in lots of parts of the world that have nothing to do with Israel, but it is unduly influenced by the concerns of Israel. And in some cases, the U.S. government has acted, and these are all well known. The Iraq War, for example, has acted in ways that hurt the United States in order to help Israel. It has put the aims of a foreign power above its own interests. And that's immoral. It's illegitimate. It's extremely unpopular domestically. And it just doesn't work over time. That's not sustainable. There's no way to justify that. So rather than trying to justify it, they scream at people and tell them to be quiet and read them out of the movement and call them names and threaten them. But ultimately, because it's not a winning message, it cannot win over time, particularly if people are allowed or somehow manage to describe it accurately. And unfortunately for the guardians of the old system, the old Republican Party, people have been allowed to describe it accurately, mostly because Elon Musk opened up X. And, when he did that, you get all kinds of filth and nonsense and lies, but you also get some truth, actually quite a bit of truth. And one of the main things that people are telling the truth about that they didn't tell the truth about before is that our foreign policy really doesn't have much to do with what's good for the United States. And once those words have been uttered, they can't be taken back, and they change people's minds, and the polls reflect the fact that they have. People's views are different. So in the face of this kind of inevitable change of heart, collective change of heart in America, where both parties are like, wait, why are we doing this? The people who are benefiting from the old arrangement, which only continued because it was maintained by threats and silence, those people are going absolutely bonkers. And they have been all week, and they're claiming it's about one thing, the Holocaust or something like that. But no, really, it's about who controls the Republican Party after Donald Trump. That's what it's really about. So ignore the moral posturing. Yeah. This is a power struggle, as all political parties have from time to time. And this one just happens to have a lot of emotionally unbalanced, hysterical people with no limits who have access to social media, so they're scaring the crap.
And that's why they're targeting Vance right now, which I wonder about that whole thing. All right, this is the final slam dunk. Now, I like Brandon Tatum. I'm not going to act like I've got some sort of a strong friendship with him, but we've talked multiple times throughout the years. And I like Brandon. But for whatever reason, he's decided to pick up the Israel lobby issue wholeheartedly. He's become very, very strong supporter of Israel. So, okay, that's a choice that he made. That's fine. That's fine. I don't hate him for making that choice. You can make whatever choice you want. You can make it a choice. You're American. You live in a free country. You can do whatever you want with your political career, your media career. So if you want to make it into you're going to be a voice for Israel, then fine. That's fine. But people are going to be allowed to push back too. It's not a one-way street here. But this is a slam dunk. This is the slam dunk right here, ladies and gentlemen.
So for somebody to be kind of acting like Israel is just this sophisticated little group of people and they come out manipulating big bad America, that's insane. We went to war for 20 years after 9/11. 20 plus years. Where is the weapons of mass destruction?
And who do you think planted it in the ear of the United States government that they should get involved in the Middle East and Iraq because they have weapons of mass destruction?
There is no question whatsoever that Saddam is seeking and is working and is advancing towards the development of nuclear weapons. No question whatsoever.
By the way, that's one of 7 times that Netanyahu went to Congress and said the exact same thing. One of 7 times since the 1980s.
Yeah, that would be your boys over there. So with that established, you mentioned that we were in 20 plus years in the global war on terror in the Middle East, right? I was there. I know. Most of my friends on here were there. You know who wasn't there? You fucking Talmud Tatum, nor any of your boys from fucking Israel, our greatest ally. Never once did we get a Kazovac, not a call for fire, not a single IDF soldier, no QRFs, no resupplies, no bullets, beans, bandages, nothing from Israel for 20 plus years, fighting wars in the Middle East that benefit them. You know who was there shedding blood with us, fighting next to us down there, fucking putting in work? The British, the Danish, the Polish, the Australians. I can go on, all the way to even Muslim countries. I know you hate to hear that, but Muslim countries like United Arab Emirates were there fighting with us, shedding fucking blood. You know where we got medevaced? We didn't get medevaced to fucking Tel Aviv, which is right around the corner. We got medevaced to Landstuhl, Germany. So please tell me how Israel's our greatest ally and how they do anything for us.
And by the way, you talk to a lot of these pipe hitters and you talk to a lot of these veterans, they're starting to say the exact same thing. They're starting to say the exact same thing. And so that's, folks, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I talk to these people. I have a social life. It's like, I'm convinced that these people have no social lives. I'm convinced they have no friends, no social lives. They only live in their political bubble, and they don't realize that the things that they say are not popular, and that the average American thinks exactly opposite as to what they think. And they have no clue because they don't live in reality. They don't live in the real world. All right. Let's pile drive through all of these healthcare videos, folks. This is how bad it's getting. So I don't know what's going to be done about this. And the Trump administration has had a couple people with an opportunity to answer this question as to what's your plan for healthcare. And you may recall there was that moment during the campaign where Trump was asked and he said he has a concept of a plan, and it kind of got some negative press. Well, since then, other members of his administration have had a chance to answer the question, and they don't have an answer. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, during this shutdown, she had some meetings with Mike Johnson, and she asked about the healthcare plan, and Johnson didn't have an answer. So I think the private sector should handle it anyway. But my point is that there's no plan. There is no plan. And I think these politicians are so out of touch, they just had no idea what was going on. Marjorie Taylor Greene obviously does. Marjorie Taylor Greene obviously knows what's going on, because she talks and thinks and feels like the average American does. She's like one of the only ones that does. Love her or hate her, that's the truth. I don't think they realized how bad it was, folks. Because, by the way, members of Congress, they're exempt. Members of Congress are exempt. And by the way, people that have $1 million, they're not really looking at their health care bills. Okay? And these are the people that are talking to Trump. I don't think they realized how bad it was. And I think it finally has gotten through to them. And now they're like, oh, we got to reopen and we got to figure out a healthcare plan because this is bad. You want to see how bad it is? Here, let's go. Let's go to the average American. Let's show the receipts. This is how bad the current healthcare situation is with the Obamacare standards.
My husband and I are in the same boat as so many people right now. And I just logged in to our health insurance provider, and I can't even. In July of 2025, our health insurance premium went from $59 a month to $798 a month. And since it is now open enrollment, I just logged in to our health insurance to see if we stay on the same plan, what our premium is going to be for 2026.
I want to pause it real quick, and I'm sorry, because I just want to pile drive through this before the third hour, but I want to pause it because you're hearing his voice here. Now, this guy could be liberal, Democrat, conservative, I don't know. Some of them will get into their politics, but that's aside. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you're still facing the same thing in the healthcare market. You can hear his voice and he's shaking and he's nervous. Folks, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why this administration is so out of touch. I don't want to say scared because scared isn't the right word, but I mean, there is stress. There is serious financial stress on people right now. It's a serious thing. This is not a joke. This is not a game. I got a funny hat on. I'm having fun today. It's a Friday. All right. We're making fun of each other. We're having fun. Call in, make fun of me. I don't care. Enjoy life. Have some fun. Okay. I'm all in. I'm for it. This is serious though. This is serious. People are stressed. They don't know how they're going to pay their bills. The average American is living paycheck to paycheck. And then they open up and they see their healthcare just went up 100%. They're freaked out. They're stressed. And then Trump comes out and says, greatest economy ever. What are you doing? It's not. You could make the case that it's the worst economy ever. Watch the opening hour of yesterday's show. And I didn't even mention the record debt for the country. I didn't even mention we're about to be 40 trillion in debt as a country. I didn't even mention that. Folks, this is the reality. We're not in a golden age. We're not in the greatest economy ever. Americans are stressed. They're struggling. They don't know what they're going to do. And this whole healthcare thing is that one unknown. This whole healthcare thing is that one budgetary item that changed, and now they're in the red, and now they don't know what they're going to do. It's very serious.
$1,208.91 a month. Our family deductible has gone from $0 to $11,900. Our primary care copays have doubled. Our urgent care copay went from $10 to $60. Our generic prescription copay has doubled. And this is coming off of the fact that my husband just had to have a prescription filled that is supposed to be covered by insurance. And you want to know what the copay was on that after insurance? $1,200.
But I thought we were bringing prescription prices down, right? I mean, that's what we were told. I'm going to try to pile drive through these, guys. I'm going to try to pile drive through these. All right. Let me just pile drive through these in this hour and then take calls. All right.
Genuinely shocked that Americans are not more outraged about this entire thing. The Affordable Care Act subsidies that the Democrats are requiring to extend in order to reopen our government are subsidies that are paid with taxpayer. Obama said you must use the Affordable Care Plan or pay a fine or get insurance elsewhere. You must have insurance. You must use Obamacare. It will be affordable. And then it ended up not being affordable at all. So we had to subsidize the cost of it with taxpayer money that is paid directly to insurance companies who are causing the driving up of healthcare costs in the first place. This is such a scam. And people aren't outraged. Like, it sounds so noble that the Democrats want people to have affordable health care.
Yeah, but they lie.
But Obama forced people to have affordable health care that wasn't affordable at all. So taxpayers have to pay it, but we pay it directly to the private insurance companies that make healthcare unaffordable.
And by the way, and this was the clip of Trump that I cut short earlier. Trump had his Epstein hoax moment yesterday. I think the guy's tired. I'm going to be honest. I think he's just tired and he's not getting good advice. I'm not even mad at him. But it's just like when he comes out and he said to the reporter, I don't want to hear about affordability crisis. I don't want to hear about unaffordability. We have the greatest economy ever. Don't bring it up. That was the Epstein hoax. Stop talking about Epstein 2.0. Prescription prices are going down. No, they're not. Unaffordability crisis is over. No, it's not. It's worse than ever. So it's just like, Trump, I don't know who's advising you. They're lying to you. They're just lying to you. Here, let's keep going.
Only temporarily. And now both parties are letting your premium skyrocket in 2025. And it's not by accident. It's a bribe. Biden's discounts expire in 2025 and your bill goes up by 200 to 300%. Right now, if your premium is $600 a month, you pay $400 a month. And the government sends $200 straight to the insurance companies. That's $24 billion a year in free money to big insurance. But in 2025, those discounts disappear and your bill goes back to $600 or higher. Why? Because Democrats let it happen. They know and they don't care. They expanded these subsidies in 2021 temporarily, not to help you, to buy votes in 2022 and 2024. Now the election is over and your bill goes up. But their donors, they're still getting paid. Here's the real thing that should piss you off. This isn't about health care. It's a cash pipeline to insurance companies. They lobby for subsidies. They donate to keep them coming. And when the subsidies expire, they blame the other side while raking in billions. Trump didn't create this. Obama did. And Biden extended it, but only until after the election. And now they're gridlocked because the real election is over. The real campaign, insurance companies versus you. They win and you lose. They're not fighting for you. The Democrats are fighting for their next campaign donation check from United Healthcare, Pfizer, and Blue Cross. They know what's coming. They know your premiums are about to explode if they haven't already, and they know that you'll be begging for relief this year. And they know that you'll blame the other party while they cash their checks. They shut the government down over $6 billion for Ukraine, but $24 billion a year for insurance companies? Not a peep, because that money isn't for you, it's for them. You're the hostage and they're the kidnappers. When your bill doubles in 2025, remember they knew, they let it happen, and they'll do it again because you keep falling for it. Democrats or Republicans, neither side work for you. So stop voting for either side and arguing amongst yourselves like they do. Share this if you're sick of it.
Yep. And everything he said there turned out to be true. By the way, what do you think they could do with the hundreds of billions of dollars in foreign aid that we give out every year? Hundreds of billions. Just the Trump administration alone has given $100 billion between Israel, Ukraine, and Argentina. Just those three countries alone, $100 billion in foreign aid. What do you think we could do with healthcare? What do you think we could do with healthcare costs? What do you think we could do with healthcare infrastructure with $100 billion that we gave to foreign countries and foreign wars? Here's a noble idea. Let's spend that on Americans. Here's a noble idea. Let's stop giving money to foreign countries and foreign wars, and let's actually help Americans out. Noble idea. Crazy, I know. Insane. Let's just try it one time. Once.
I forgot my address. My insurance. But just opening my mail for my insurance that is renewing for 2026. Right now, I pay $122 per month for health insurance. Beginning January 1st, 2026, your monthly premium will be, beginning January 1st, 2026, your monthly premium will be, mind you, I pay $122 right now per month. Starting January, I will be having to pay where is it? You see that? $853.05 for health insurance. I'm going from paying $122 per month to $853.05 per month for health insurance. They have absolutely lost their fucking mind. They have absolutely lost their fucking mind. So guess what? A lot of people is about to be without health insurance.
Yep.
Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm self-employed and I'm
Bingo.
not about to pay
Bingo.
$853 for health insurance. And that's just for me. This is completely insane. What is going on? What is going on?
Do you guys have any idea how bad this can get? And that's what I'm saying. Maybe the politicians finally realized it. Folks, nobody's going to be able to afford insurance next year. Don't be surprised if the insurance markets lose 30 to 40% of their clients because they just can't afford it. And then what happens? Then what happens when people without insurance are going to hospitals after a car accident, after they get sick, they get cancer, whatever? A big event happens. What are you going to do when all these people go to the hospital and they don't have insurance? Now, obviously, the doctors are going to take care of them. The doctors will be there. They'll be working. They'll be helping these people. But nobody's going to be paying the bills. Folks, this is big. This is a huge disaster. And that's why, I'm sorry for the redundancy factor, but do you understand why? Do you understand why that myself and so many others are sitting here and they're screaming at the top of their lungs to stop the foreign aid? Do you understand why? Do you understand why we're pulling our hair out here? Do you understand why we are so frustrated here? Our entire healthcare system is on the brink of total collapse. And just this administration alone has given $100 billion of foreign aid for foreign wars. And our own healthcare system is broke. Our own people are broke. And we're about to have a collision, no pun intended, but we're about to have a massive head-on collision at this intersection, folks. We're talking disastrous. And we're talking about a foreign country? And we're talking about a foreign war? And we're talking about more foreign aid? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Do you see why people are so frustrated? Do you see why we're sick and damn tired of hearing about a foreign country? Our people are struggling. Our country needs aid. We're hollowing out our own country to prop up foreign countries that will never pay us back. They'll never be able to pay us back. And I see they had this fake story. They say, well, Israel has an estimated value of return of like $40 billion a year, but there's no itemized. They just say an estimated value. They don't show you any itemized receipts or any actual financial value. They just make it up. Or they say, but don't you know? They have to purchase weapons from the United States. Oh, thank you. Now you admit it. Now you admit you support the military-industrial complex. Now you admit you're pro-war and you like death. Thank you for being honest. Thank you. I've got more. Let me play this one last thing. Dr. Oz talking about all of the fraud in Medicare and Medicaid. And this is why we needed to go with Doge, and this is why we need audits, and this is why we need arrests.
When the president offered me this job, he told me to protect our most vulnerable by rooting out fraud, waste, and abuse. I'm sharing these stories so you understand the stakes of our enforcement. So here's the situation. 6 states believe that they should be allowed to pay for illegal immigrants on the state level on their own to receive free health care. Now, free health care insurance attracts illegal immigrants and makes them unwilling to leave, even if we offer them cash. Equally importantly, I worry that federal taxpayer money will be siphoned towards these states and hurt the 44 states who disagree with attracting illegal immigrants with free insurance. In fact, Congress is shut down right now because Democratic senators don't like the One Big Beautiful Bill, which corrals this kind of fraud in Medicaid. We decided to investigate ourselves. I didn't really trust these 6 states. We found already $1.3 billion has been inappropriately taken from federal taxpayers in just the past few months.
And this was why welfare doesn't work. It's riddled with fraud until eventually the fraud becomes the majority of the spending.
We just clawed back $300 million, which signals that the 6 states, they already know, they acknowledge that this is an embarrassing reality. We need to protect our most vulnerable and send a clear message that other countries should take care of theirs. Opening the government would be a step in the right direction.
Amen to that. Take care of your own people. Couldn't have said it better. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Oz, who had to go into action at the Oval Office yesterday after there was a medical emergency. Man, we got a lot here, but I want to take calls in the third hour. So we're going to stick by that. We're going to continue to take calls in the third hour here on a Friday. So we'll do that. First 2 hours in the books. Third hour coming up on the other side.
You're listening to the Owen Report on the Win Network.
All right. Have you given my friends over at Blackout Coffee a try yet? Have you done it? Have you tried my new favorite way to consume coffee, by the way? I've been telling you about this. It's my new favorite way to consume coffee, and that's the instant coffee. And I'm glad that they decided to label it premium instant coffee, by the way, because if you've tried instant coffee before, you know that the word premium probably doesn't apply to the actual product. But with Blackout Coffee, when they say premium instant coffee, they mean premium. 32 single-serve packets in one box of the instant coffee. So you drink one a day, you'll be good for the month. You'll have a little bonus afterwards. That's what I like. Now, if you're like me and you're constantly on the go, sometimes having a pot of coffee is not the best option. Takes a little time to set it up, takes a little time for it to brew, takes a little time to clean up. But if you're on the move and you need something fast, Blackout Premium Instant Coffee is the way to go. And by the way, right now, blackoutcoffee.com/Owen, 20% off with coupon code Owen. Take advantage, folks. Take advantage of that coupon code. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take advantage of it? And if you want to give their bags of coffee a try, I personally prefer the dark roasts. That's what I like. The Pitch Black Espresso is my favorite. The Brutal Awakening, another dark roast that they have. But they got medium dark, they got light. But I like the dark. I like the Pitch Black Espresso. That's my favorite. The Brutal Awakening seems to be the class favorite here, though. Over 4,000 reviews, nothing but 5 stars. Over 4,000 reviews. That's the Brutal Awakening. If you want to give that one a try. And you know what? Maybe you're feeling like you want to try something else. You know, maybe you're feeling like you want to try something flavored. By the way, this is another way. So if you don't like the instant coffee and you prefer the single-serve pods, Blackout Coffee has you taken care of there too. And look at this vast array. You want to talk about diversity? They've got it all. From cherry jelly donut, this is one of their new flavors, cherry jelly donut, salted caramel mocha. You can go with the standards as well. They got the Brutal Awakening. They got the Morning Reaper. They got their normal premium coffee in a single serve pod. Or if you're feeling in the holiday spirit, we know it's all coming up. A good Christmas gift, you might say, to your friends out there that like the single pod servings. Pumpkin spice, peppermint mocha, winter wonderland, candy cane. It's all at blackoutcoffee.com. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/Owen. Use coupon code Owen at checkout, and you can get 20% off your order. Thanks to our friends at Blackout Coffee, the official coffee of the Owen Report.
It's the fastest 3 hours on the internet. It's the Owen Report with Owen Schroyer.
Y'all. I don't ask permission. And I don't really ask forgiveness either. You guys, if you could see the reactions that I've gotten from the hat today, I actually like that. I think the Orthodox Jewish garb is actually, I think it's got serious drip. Those guys know how to dress. I think it's serious drip. I like the hat. I think it was, it was Mom Donnie. It was Mom Donnie. And there's that, I think there's a couple of Orthodox Jewish synagogues where he was campaigning to the Jewish community in New York City. And then he had that one famous lunch. And then after he won, the next day he went and he had lunch with the Orthodox Jewish rabbis. And they had these hats on. Now, the hat that I actually wanted, I couldn't find. There's a hat that they have like this, and I don't know what it all means. And if there's anybody out there that's Jewish and can explain it to me, if you're an Orthodox Jew and you can explain it to me, because there's all kind of different hats. Like some have a brim, some are smaller, some are bigger. I don't know. I think they might have different meanings. I don't know. I know, like, because I was raised in the Catholic Church, so I know that, you know, there's a difference between what a bishop wears or what a priest wears. Like, there's all kinds. The garb has some meaning, so I don't know what each hat might mean. But what I actually wanted, the big hat like this with the brim. That's the one that I actually wanted, but I couldn't find it, and so I went with this one instead. But I think they got drip. I think this hat looks good. Now, it might be competitive with the Russian Urshanka, but that's up for you to decide. If I wore the Russian Urshanka, would it be as controversial though? Would it be as fun though? You guys, look, you guys should see my messages today. Now, most of it is people just laughing and having fun with me, but there are some that are they're crying. I had to get my liberal tears mug out. Except now it's woke right tears. I had to get my woke right tears mug out because they don't like my hat today. I don't understand. I'm not allowed to wear a hat. And by the way, if you hate what I've done and you don't like my comedy, you are more than welcome to call in and express it. You are more than welcome to call in and insult me and tell me what a bad person I am. In fact, I invite it. I would welcome you onto the show. I would even enjoy it, actually. I think so. You're more than welcome. Give us a call. Phone line is open, ladies and gentlemen. 747-255-60. 747-255-60. Number is on the screen. Remember, it's single line. So I pick up, you're on the air. I just ask you your name and where you're from, but you are on the air. So, first caller of the day. What is your name and where are you from? Oh, wait, hold on a second. We got to, whoa, kill the music. There it goes. All right, first caller of the day. What's your name? Where you're from? All right, Jay, what's up? Oh, you're one of those Islamo-fascists. You're one of those Marxists. Yeah, that's what you are. All right. Okay, Jay, we got you up and on the air here. So
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I forgot to flip the phone line on. Actually, that was on me. You know what? Jay?
I wasn't on the air the whole time.
Jay, I think what we have here is, you saw what happened with Kanye, okay? Kanye, been a friend of mine. He's been a friend for a long time. And we used to hang out at Trump Tower. He came to Trump Tower, you may remember. Came to Trump Tower on the elevator. And we had lunch, and he had the hat. And then Kanye came to the White House. He even came to the White House. I think he put his feet on the desk. We didn't like that, but it's Kanye West or Ye, depends on who you ask. Ye. And he put his feet on the desk. And what do you say? What do you say when he puts his feet on the desk? But he has a MAGA hat on. He has the red hat. So we let him go. And he kind of went wild. He went a little crazy. People were worried. They were concerned. And he was running around on airport tarmacs, running around and showing people memes. And we didn't know what was going on. But I think we fixed Ye. I think you saw Ye. And he met with LeBron James, Rabbi. And I think we've got it figured out. And he's apologized to the Jewish community because his comments were very hurtful. They were very, very mean and discourteous. But he's sorry, and he's apologized. And maybe now he can get a new record deal. Maybe now he can see his children. But he's come to the right path. And so we can only hope that a certain talk show host will also have a meeting, okay? And maybe we can get him on the straight and narrow, too.
Well, this is Ben Shapiro. And if you're talking about Nick Fuentes, he's an anti-Semite, and he does not need to be on the air at all. So I think that is absolutely ridiculous, and I don't think that he should ever meet with you, President Trump. And I have told President Trump that, and Mark Levin has told him, and Tucker Carlson needs to go. And so do you, Owen Goyer.
You can even ask. I told DMT earlier today, I could pull the voicemail. Thank you for the call. You can ask DMT if he wants to come on air. I told him earlier today, and we were talking politics, and I was like, dude, I think I'm just turning heel. I'm not even in on any political sides now. I want to kind of do fun, comedy, cultural stuff. I want to be like rock and roll. Like, we're still going to cover news, obviously. We're still going to cover news and do political talk. But I told him earlier today, I said, I think I want to do comedy. I think I want to do culture. I think I want to do rock and roll. Because there is no political movement anymore. The political there's a dissident, there's an anti-establishment coalition, but it's not a political movement anymore. It's just like this beast that's kind of roaming around the waters right now, waiting for its next moment to see what kind of teeth it has. But the political movement is just totally co-opted. So I was just like, hey, I'm gonna do a heel turn today, and I'm gonna just have fun. I'm gonna do comedy. We're gonna do more culture. We're gonna do rock and roll. Because the political movement is dead. Okay, MAGA is zombie land. It's zombie land now. And Trump is in control of his destiny, and he'll be the final decision about what he wants his destiny to be. But it's just like, I can't do this. I can't do this whole, like, try to lasso MAGA again. I can't do this whole thing of, like, let's try to get MAGA back on track or what. It's done, dude. It's done. It's zombie land now. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out of the party. I'm done. I don't care. And if we get what we wanted and we save the country and we get deep state arrest and everything else, then we all win. Great. Everybody wins. But they don't want me at the party. I don't get, so, I'm the bad guy now, so congratulations. Say hello to the bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. I mean, come on. I can't be that much worse than Rabbi Shmuley. Next caller, what's your name? Where you're from?
Oi there, Rabbi.
Rabbi Schroyer here.
Rabbi Schroyerwitz. How are you today? It's Friday, and I have Israel fatigue. I'm still from New Jersey, so I did not vote. I did not vote. I voted symbolically for America.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same place, and that's why I just came on to have fun today. It's beyond just Israel fatigue. I mean, that's a single issue. I'm just like, it's like MAGA fatigue, it's Trump fatigue. It's Israel. It's just the whole thing. It's just the whole thing is tiring, right? It's just like, I'm done. I'm done with the hamster wheel. So we'll cover news. We're going to keep you informed, but we're not doing the hamster wheel, and we're gonna have a lot more fun. I think is what's going to happen. I think it's going to become a lot more fun because how can I be serious? It's like this whole thing has turned into such a joke now. So it's just like, okay, it's a joke. So go ahead, put on the clown wig, put on the funny hat.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do that, you should recommend books to read. I've been picking up a lot of books. I just picked up Defenders of the West, the Christian Heroes Who Stood Against Islam by Raymond Ibrahim. And that's a good read.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I've thought about, because I know other people have done this. I think Candace Owens does a book club. I've thought about doing like a book club thing where we all read the same book and talk about it. The problem is, it's like I maybe this would change. I'm addicted to reading news. I don't know, like I read news. So it's like I'm sitting in bed at night, I'm reading news. I'm not reading a book. It's like I have my books that I like to read right on my nightstand. Like I have the books that I tell myself, hey, read this book, and then I just end up reading news all night. So I don't know. Maybe I'll break that habit now that I'm kind of just getting the general political fatigue, but I don't know. That's my habit. That's my addiction, is I just sit here, I'll read news. I think I was up reading news for like 3 hours in bed last night. I couldn't sleep. The whole change of the clocks and the supermoon, I couldn't sleep. I was just reading news.
Yeah, I mean, me too, man. Yeah, I've been reading because I've been so sick of just Israel, and it's better to.
The whole thing's tiring. Hey, look, I hope we get it.
For years.
I hope we get what we want out of this administration. I really do. And if we do, then that's great. I'll celebrate it. Like, that's great. And I know, and it'll be like people, oh, you ditched Trump, you abandoned Trump, I knew you'd come running back. Dude, I don't care. I'm not in this for Trump. I don't need a pat on the head. I don't need a challenge coin, okay? I've already gone through the weeds for Trump. I've already gone to jail for Trump. I've already done it. I've already done what I needed to do for this movement. It's over. It's over, bro. You're the one that has now climbed onto the top of the mountain that we built. So if we get what we want out of the mountain that we built, then we all win. We save the country. And so you can come and attack me after we save the country. Okay, cool. Like, you're welcome. But it's just like, I'm not going to, hey, and I was always this way in high school too. It's like, oh, I'm not wanted at the party? No. Okay, then I'm not going. What's the big deal? Next caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
It is the greatest president alive, the 47th president of the United States of America, Mr. Trump himself. Owen, I know the radical left threw you in prison a few years ago, and I gently took you out. I took you out of the federal custody. I didn't like that very much. No, not very much. My favorite journalist, I didn't like that at all. I know I get a lot of scrutiny for the Israeli lobby that I have, but I must expose these frauds for who they are. I must keep my agenda, and my agenda is America first, 100 billion to Israel. Maybe it is to expose Israel. I don't know, Owen.
Look, you have to look at all the different angles. I'm sorry to cut off your impression here. I look at all the different angles. And then I calibrate my perspective. And I'm not a Q guy. Okay, I don't talk about Q. I never really did the Q stuff. I followed it for a minute. It was interesting, but I was never a promoter or a believer or anything. But it is funny that, the whole Q thing was like the final stage will be exposing Israel. And, I mean, whether you like what's going on or not, it's like that is the number one conversation. And Israel has never been more unpopular in American politics than it is today. So I don't know if that's just a coincidence. I don't know. But that is happening. I mean, that is definitely happening.
And for the record, I am going to give Ahmed the phone from New York. He has had enough with Namdami. Ahmed, can you please get on the phone? Yes, this is Ahmed from New York. I just wanted to say God bless, and how's everybody doing this Friday? Owen, I wanted to ask you politely, what do you say? Because you know me, and you know my point of view about a lot of things, and where I come simply in the center with things. Right? Am I right, Owen? You and I, we talking, you know what I think of things, right?
Well, I know what you say about things.
Okay, so let me ask you, what do you say to people like me that are in the movement, that are actually do productive job and increasing the value of America and America first, to the same people that are in our movement also that knock my type of point of view and calling out certain things and certain pillars that structure, basically make the structure of our matrix? What do you say to those people that are having a rough time? Like you're saying, like, welcome to the party, right? I don't care about the party. I care about just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But what do you say to those people that are just like, not only they're getting kicked out the party, but they're just getting kicked out of like, oh, you're a conspiracy head. We don't basically fuck with you. Like, what do you say to those people?
Let me try to answer that. Let me try to answer that with kind of a reference. When we were all getting locked up for speech crimes, and when we were getting censored and arrested by the left for speech crimes, there was that joke going around like, oh, I'll see you in the gulag type of a thing, right? So I think it's all about an attitude. It's all about an approach. And you probably already have the right attitude, but you can decide what approach you want to take. So today I've decided to take the approach of I'm just going to have fun. You know, I'm just going to have fun is what I'm going to do. And we'll cover news and we'll keep you informed as we always do. But I can't do this. I can't do the frustration every day. I can't do it. I can't do the anger. I can't do the rage bait. I can't do the bickering. I can't do the infighting. It's just I'm off the hamster wheel. I'm done. I'm over it. So I just made the conscious decision that I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go to war with these people. They're at war with themselves, quite frankly. And they're at war with the entire American public. They just haven't realized it yet. So I've just decided I'm just going to have fun. And I'm going to laugh. And it's kind of like, you know, you look at, and this is why I made the gulag joke reference when they were all putting us in censorship and putting us in prison for the speech crimes. And we were all joking about how we'll see you in the gulag. It's kind of like that's where we're at now. It's a different cage. It's a different issue. But it's like, if you look at what happened with Brett Cooper, and they're like, why do all these people that worked at the Daily Wire now hate Israel? I'm like, well, I don't even know if that's true. But now they're attacking Brett Cooper. Oh, now innocent little, she's like 20 years old or something. She's like 22 now. Innocent little Brett Cooper now is bad. It's like, oh my gosh, Brett Cooper decided to weigh in on the Israeli issue, and now she's bad. And so here we are like, oh, hey, welcome to the gulag. It's like, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the party. It's like they walk in day one and they're like confused and disoriented. They're like, how did I get here? It's like, what? How did I get here? I didn't know I was all of these things, but here I am now. It's like, yeah, hey, how you doing, Brett? It's like, hey, well, welcome to the gulag with the rest of us. It's getting a little crowded in here, especially with my big hat. Next caller, what's your name? Go ahead. Next caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Kate. I'm from Texas.
You said Kate? Hey, Kate, do me a favor. Turn your radio down.
I didn't know I was all of these things, but here I am now. It's like, hey, how you doing,
Wait a minute, hold on. I got to figure out how to do it.
You got to figure out how to do it.
Oh, yeah, I figured it out. I have that on my iPad.
On your iPad. Well, you're on the air now, Kate. Go ahead.
Oh, my God. Oh, okay. I just called about Obamacare.
Are you experiencing price increases?
I think everybody did.
Yes.
I think that the Republicans in 2016 or 2017, they tried to appeal it, but they didn't do it because of John McCain.
And that was all to sabotage Trump.
Yeah,
and the same people that were with John McCain, then trying to sabotage Trump, those are the same people that are now trying to run this administration and gatekeep MAGA. Those are the same people, okay? So I'm sorry if I've decided I'm out, okay? I'm sorry if I've decided I'm out and I'm going to have some fun today. Sorry, I'm not with the McCain people. Sorry, I'm not with the warmongers. Sorry, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, I feel sorry for people that can't afford their insurance, but they vote for Democrats. So I don't understand it. It's not logical to me that they vote Democrat when the Democrats created Obamacare.
Well, there's a couple issues. One, they get deceived, so they believe the lies of the Democrats. So that's issue one. And then issue two is, do they even vote Democrat, though? Do the Democrats ever actually win an election legitimately, or do they just steal half of them? Fair question.
I don't know. It's really sad because, like you said, they had Doge, and they found all that fraudulent abuse, waste of our taxpayers' money.
Yeah. And you know what, too?
And no one has been answered. No one answered to that.
Yeah.
Nobody has been.
Yeah.
They
Well,
haven't.
And now I'm like full team Elon Musk, I think. And I understand the implications of the AI, and I don't really like Musk promoting like these AI, bimbos. And I have my issues with merging humans and machines and everything else. I got my issues with all of that. But, I look at Musk, and I think he kind of sees himself as a necessary force in that world. And I don't think Musk is evil. I don't. Now, some people might disagree with that, and that's fine. I don't think Musk is evil. I think a lot of the other people that are in these fields are evil, though. And I think Musk knows that. And in fact, it was Musk. Let me see if I can find this. And I saw this last night because I'm like, it's kind of tongue in cheek, but it's also like, well, maybe. I'm like, let's just Musk for president. You say, well, that's against the rules. Musk can't run for president. Rules? Dude, have you been paying attention to politics at all lately? There are no rules. There are no rules, bro. So it turns out, we covered this yesterday, OpenAI is looking for a federal bailout. And people are worried that it's a sign that not only does OpenAI not have the cash, but that the entire AI industry is a hollow shell and about to collapse. This was Elon Musk. This was in January. I want you to look at this. This was in January. OpenAI announcing the Stargate project. The Stargate project is a new company which intends to invest $500 billion over the next 4 years building new AI infrastructure for OpenAI in the United States. We will begin deploying $100 billion immediately. The infrastructure, and then it goes on. It's cut off here in this image. Musk said this. They don't actually have the money. Elon Musk was right. What else is Elon Musk right about? Now, this is, I don't want to go down this today. Okay, I don't want to do this today, but let me just tell you folks, all of these investments that we're hearing about, and Trump said we have $21 trillion in investments yesterday. Trump said we're getting $21 trillion in investments. Well, he was counting that $500 billion from OpenAI. Folks, they don't have the money. They literally don't have the money. They were about to cut a check that they don't have. And I don't know if they were going to liquidate their stock. I don't know where they were going to get the cash, but they don't have it. And so now they're saying, hey, you know that $500 billion investment we were talking about? We don't have the money. So can you actually give it to us? What? How many of these deals? How much of that $21 trillion that Trump has brought back in investments, how much of that money is even real? How much of it actually even exists? Big concerns in the market, folks. Big concerns in the market. And I told you about that earlier this week. And it hasn't been too bad. Now, this is the worst November, but it's only, we're only a week in. But this is the worst November for the stock market in 20 years. Where'd you hear that first? Where'd you hear that first? I'm telling you, folks, there's a lot of unease. And that confidence that was boosting the stock market is starting to become very skeptical. And now they're wondering, did any of this money ever actually exist? And I'm telling you right now, it's not. It's the worst November since 2008. But it's only a weekend. It didn't go too bad. I thought it was going to go worse. But I'm telling you, folks, if somebody figures something out here, and I told you Monday, I liquidated Monday, and I've kind of just reshuffled to put myself in a position now that I feel good with. But yeah, if somebody finds out that a lot of these investments with this money that they're talking about doesn't exist, you're going to see mass sell-offs. And then if the whales start selling off, then you're going to have the smaller fish selling off, panic selling. And now what are you going to do? If the stock market goes down a couple thousand points by the end of November, what are you going to say? You can't say the stock market's doing good. What are you going to say? Musk was right. Musk was right. What else was Musk right about? Why did they kick Musk out? Why did they kick Musk out of D.C.? Why was he not wanted there? Why was he so pissed off at the way things went? It might be a little worse than we think. Next caller, what's your name, where you're from?
Adam, Hollywood, Florida.
Hey, Adam, can you get yourself off speaker? We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
I can't believe I watched the day where you make fun of my people.
What are you talking about? I like the hat.
No, it looks
This is
good.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered by the hat. I'm flattered.
It's beautiful. I live in Hollywood, and Hollywood has probably the largest concentration of Jews in the country, aside from probably New York.
What's the name of a lot of them? I think a lot of New York Jews are probably going to move to Florida. What's the name of that huge community down there? A lot of retired former New Yorkers.
There's a few of them. Central Village. They got the Villages.
Villages.
They got Century Village.
That's what I was thinking. The Villages. That's a lot of retired Jewish New Yorkers there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, you don't blame. I think there's going to be a mass exodus of New York City. I think Florida is about to see a big boom in their population, but that's been going on for a long time. So,
Yeah, it's been going on like that for years and years. Hollywood, Florida is also the only city, as far as I know, that's ever had a Jewish mayor.
really,
Yes, sir.
it was a
And
Republican?
I'm not sure. It was years ago. I think I was a little boy or something. But yeah, they also they call it the diamond of South Florida, the diamond of Florida or something. That's what Hollywood is called. There's a lot of interesting history on Hollywood if you ever want to get into that rabbit hole. But yeah, it's we're slap full with Jews here, and if you say anything funny or people will be looking at you. Yeah, you got two sides of every coin though. There's a lot of people that know what's understand reality and what's going on, and then you got people that still got the haves trying to cover it up and act like it don't happen. You know how it is.
Well, but hold on a second. Are you Jewish, Adam?
No, sir.
Oh, well, here's the thing, though. It's kind of a recognized stereotype that Jews have some of the best humor, some of the best comedy, some of the funniest people on earth right now, I think, are Jewish. I mean, some of the best comedy films, Adam Sandler, some of the funniest sitcoms, Larry David. So I don't know why. I think it's funny. I think the hat is funny. I thought that would be a funny thing with good sense of humor,
Yeah, I think it's great.
I think I pull it off well,
Yeah, it looks good. You look like you blend right in. You just need to be walking in the streets on a Saturday morning.
I'm like 6 foot. I'm like 6'5" now. I'm huge.
Oh yeah.
It's the power. It's the magical power.
Yeah, man. Your pockets will start filling up by themselves too.
Oh well, I haven't had that happen yet. I'll check we'll check the account status. We'll see what happens after today, man. I don't know. I just crossed like I said, I just crossed a line. I'm off the hamster wheel. I'm turning heel. I'm just over it, man.
Listen, it happened to me a few years back, and I used to listen to you on the War Room a lot, and I would listen to the whole broadcast pretty much, and just over time I stopped listening to the first 3 hours, and then I would just listen to your segment, and then I started going over to David Knight. I was going to bring that up. I said you should. I don't know if you're still in contact with David Knight or not, but I think he was a cool guy. I think he had good points and everything, and he got shunned.
Well, I never really had any negative experience with David Knight. I don't think he was happy at InfoWars, and that's ultimately what led to that. I don't know. I mean, you might be able to say it was a similar thing with me, but I don't think so. My situation was a lot different than David's. I will say, though, that David's family reached out to me, and very kind. I spoke to some of David's family after my departure from InfoWars, and they reached out. Very kind people, very nice people.
Yeah, they seem like a good group there. And I also wanted to ask you, when are you going to do another song with Anomaly or Bryson Gray or whatever, and get your rap career back going?
So I'm working on some collabs right now. We are going to be doing a 1-for-1 with Anomaly. We're working on getting some dates settled right now. I don't know if we're going to do any musical performances, but we could bring that up maybe.
All right, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good, and I'll keep tuning in, bro.
Thank you for the call. Thank you. By the way, I was trending on X today. I made a post, top 10 ways to save America, and I was featured in the trending on X, and it said InfoWars host Owen Schroyer explains 10 ways to save America. So I guess I'm not escaping that for now. What if I told you I was asked to go back in? Oh boy. Now I'm stirring the pot. Let's just calm down. Let's just relax. Let's not jump to any conclusions. I love everybody over there. It's all good. It's all good, folks. All right. Next caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, this is Brendan. I'm from the Bronx.
All right, Brendan.
Wondering if you saw Trump's tweets on election night. One was for the governor race in Jersey, and the other was for against Mandami. And the only people he referenced were Jews and the great Jewish community. And kind of just scratching my head is like, I just don't know what's going on. I mean, I know you're putting it in better words than I am, but it seems like it is just over. And I'll tell you another thing, man. Good on you starting out on your own, because watching that guy in the midday where he used to come from, squirming his chair, talking about Palantir and trying to put Charlie Kirk on anything but what it appears to be. It's just embarrassing. So good on you. You got your you should be proud of yourself, and it's much easier to listen to you and someone who doesn't have to squirm whether it's either be tranny porn on the phone or whatever. You hold your head up high, all right? And thanks for the content.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Boy, oh boy, I don't know if I want to go down that route. Well, I'll make a promise. I can guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee you one thing right now, 100% for sure. You will never see anything ever related to that type of content slip its way into my materials. See, now I say that and somebody will try to sabotage me and do that. But no, that's not something I struggle with or consume. Yeah, let me just say that topic you brought up, folks, it's like the iceberg. It's like the iceberg. Because I understand how toxic it is, and I understand how sensitive it is, and that's why I'm just like for the most part, just not going there. But I would just say it like this. And I know Candace Owens is getting a lot of heat and a lot of hate and vitriol. And you know what? That's fair. People don't like her coverage and what she's doing. It's perfectly fair for them to express that. And you can understand why they would. But you know she has the #1 rated show right now. And I guess maybe that's why people are mad. And then you combine that with they don't like what she's saying. But folks, I'm telling you, like, the undercurrent on this thing, like what you're seeing, like the stuff that you're seeing on the surface is like the tip of the iceberg. The undercurrent on that situation is bad. And I'm just not talking about it. But I mean, what people are really thinking about that, it's bad, folks. And I think I'm kind of starting to see the signs that maybe some people know how bad it's getting now. And so they're trying to kind of corral it and get everybody to focus on Tyler Robinson again. But it's having the reverse effect. So I don't know what to say about all that. I've already said my piece. I'm only going to get into it when there's news on it. But let's just say the conversations people are having are a lot closer to what Candace is getting into than Jack Posobiec, let's say. And I'm just staying out. I've done my coverage of it. I've said my piece. When there's news on it, I'll cover it. It's so toxic. I'm just out. All right. And I wish the best for Erica and the people over there, the good people over there at Turning Point USA. But I get the feeling that somebody's starting to I get the feeling that undercurrent is starting to come to the surface somewhere, because I've noticed that there's a lot of out of nowhere narrative control on the deal. And so I'm just, hey, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, MAGA. It's like, all right, I'm out. It's just, I'm not going to be on the hamster wheel here, guys. Can't do it. Cannot do it. And you know what? Here's the other thing too. And maybe the audience can relate to this. I've found that this is, and it's kind of like a defense mechanism with comedy for me. And I think it is with everybody. It's like, you reach this point of frustration or anger or even like paralysis, confusion, whatever. It's like you reach this psychological stage and it's just like the only outlet left, the only doorway left is comedy, is fun. That's it. That's like, it's the only doorway to get out of this mess is just humor and fun. So that's what we're doing today. And I hope you've had a laugh. I hope you've had some fun. I certainly have. Next caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, Owen, it's Kelly from Chicago.
All right, Kelly.
And you and I have talked about fleas a couple times. I still make a better flea than you.
Oh, yeah. Well, whenever you decide to marinate your filet, you'll understand.
Well, whenever you decide to make one in a cast iron skillet, that's top quality.
Oh, your dog interrupted you. Your dog.
No,
yes.
I'm watching my neighbor's dog, and I just walked in their house right when.
What did you say? What did you say about it? What did you say?
I'm watching my neighbor's dog.
No, I don't want to hear about your neighbor's dog. No. I want to hear it. What did you say about a cast iron skillet?
Oh no, when you cook yours in, a cast iron skillet from like the 1920s.
Oh, come on.
Nicely season it, perfectly sear it. You let me know.
The 1920s. I was actually going to do some 1920s driven content. It's funny that you bring that up. All right, fine. My skillet is only from the 2020s.
Mine was
Can you
took
buy
from my
that? I wonder if you
grandmother,
can buy that. I'm going to look
and
this
it was
up.
her mother. So my grandmother was born in 1922, and it was her mother. So
What,
I mean, this thing you can't buy these. You can't buy these in stores.
Oh, don't tell
You
me.
can
No,
kill
you don't tell me
somebody with
that.
these.
You don't tell me that. What's the name of the skillet? Who made it?
I don't know. I would have to look at I assume it's on the bottom. I'm at my neighbor's house watching their dog right now, so I can't even look
So
at it.
look at this.
But
Hold
next
on a
time I
second.
call you and razz you about the skillet, I'll let you know.
Is it a Griswold?
I don't know. I would have to. Honestly, I never even paid attention. It's old.
Is it
All
a
I know is
Volrath?
it's old as hell.
It looks like
What?
I've got some things here on eBay. I've got a Griswold. I've got a Volrath. I've got a Wagner. This is a Wagner from 1920. I can buy it. You can go on eBay and buy a 1920 skillet right now. A cast iron skillet on eBay.
Well, you should do it. You should do it because I'm telling you, what I have seen in stores.
This one's
are not
$180. This one's
nearly as
$180.
heavy. Yeah, they're not nearly as heavy. The ones that are in stores these days, it's insane. I'm sure there are some.
Oh,
but
they're
these,
not?
like,
Because
for
the
newer
one that
ones-
I use, I have two of them. They're both really heavy.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyways, I just also wanted to tell you, good for you for being in your same time slot. I do so miss you on InfoWars, but maybe you hinted maybe there might be a reunion.
No, that's not what I said. I said that's not. I don't know. Don't do. I said, what if I was invited back? That's what I said. That's all. I'm not going to get into it. Look, I'm
Okay.
still friends with those guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, what went down with the whole Alex Jones show is a separate issue in my eyes. So.
Absolutely. Well, you're missed there, but people that followed you and watched you still keeping an eye on you, so that's good. So, I totally forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, I don't know if you talked about this earlier because I was working, and I know this is not an America issue, but what do you think about this whole ostrich thing in Canada?
I got to tell you, I keep seeing it pop up. And the deepest dive I did was Viva Free. You may know who Viva Free is. He did a video.
Absolutely.
He did a video on it yesterday. I haven't really looked too much into it. He did a video on it yesterday that kind of just got into the gruesome nature of it and how diabolical it was, but it kind of left out.
So sick.
It kind of left out the details because he's probably assuming who's ever watching this knew the prior details. I got to be honest. That's one that I just haven't covered. That's one that I just haven't talked about.
Yeah, very, very long story short, a farm that has had these 300 birds for a while. They have been, finding out different health benefits, different resistances these ostriches have. Their eggs have very medicinal properties. I'm leaving a lot of stuff out here, but anyways, allegedly they tested positive at one time for the bird flu, the avian bird flu.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ostriches do not get that, and they overcame it, and they have zero. They are not sick birds at all. And Canada's, I can't think of the initials, it starts with a C, but they came in and said that these birds all had to be culled. There's over 300 of them. This has gone on for 11 months. These birds are healthy, happy. I never knew anything really about ostriches or personalities.
So what, is there like a
Amazing.
conspiracy theory, or was it just an idiot, or what?
It was just Canada's authoritarianism. Just they wouldn't retest
the
the
government
birds.
made them
They
do
would
it.
not
The
retest
government?
the birds. They came in and they basically kept these people from their birds for almost 11 months now. It went all the way to the Canadian Supreme Court and Canadian police. It's their health department, whatever it is. They would not let the owners near the birds.
All right.
People had to
Hold
be
on.
out
Let me
a
ask you a question.
perimeter.
I'm almost out of time for today. Have you ever seen an ostrich egg?
Yes, I have. Crazy. Absolutely
Tell you what.
crazy.
Hey, here, hold. You know what? Hold right there. I'm gonna go do something real quick. Just hold right there. I'm gonna play a little music.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab something real quick. Hold on a second. you want to talk, you can talk. I'm leaving your phone on. If you want to sing or I don't know,
Okay.
if you got something, just give me a minute.
No, that's okay.
So I have an ostrich egg right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're watching or listening or.
No, I'm listening now.
Well. So okay,
I know how huge they are. They're
yeah. So
ginormous.
I've got this ostrich egg right here. So I was crazy enough to think that you could slonk one of these. You can't. There's too much.
No.
But so one ostrich egg I believe has as much protein in it as 36 chicken eggs. I think one ostrich egg has as much nutritional value as 36 chicken eggs. And then also, you were talking about the medicinal value here.
Mm-hmm.
The shell of an ostrich egg also is very utilizable. So yeah, there you go.
There's a lot. And so anyways, these birds that I guess at one, so
man,
I only started following
that's a
the last couple
powerful
months.
egg.
But
That is a powerful egg.
Yeah.
Pure
And people
power.
know this, and so that's what this research, and that's why they have this farm that they've had for a long time. They've been researching.
I feel like I kind of look like an ostrich today. I think I look like an ostrich.
Oh,
I
I like the long hair. I'm liking the long hair. It's looking good.
I might sprout legs and like take off and run or something.
Well, listen, what these animals, not the ostriches, the people did to torment these ostriches these last couple months, tormented them, tormented their owners, of course.
Horrible.
And then how they shot them, just shot all night, shooting them, scaring them to death, and making sure that their owners could hear them die last night.
They were shooting
It was
them?
awful. They were shooting them. They shot them all. Yep. So you gotta look into this, Owen. It is so sick. I mean, we all know, like, Canada.
Don't we have enough? Isn't there enough sickness and negativity? Do I have to get into the ostrich torture now? Man, when will it end? When does it end? We can't even arrest Fauci for torturing the damn beagles, let alone making everybody take a deadly shot. Now I got to hear about ostriches in Canada? Good Lord. By the way, thank you for the call. Have you guys been following the new South Park? I watched the first couple episodes, and then they took a couple weeks off. I haven't seen any of the new stuff. I see they're talking about it on MSNBC here. They're not playing the whole episode, are they? I guess they're just playing clips of it. I got to imagine it's funny. I got to imagine it's been funny. But I haven't been keeping up. They did 2 episodes, and then they did like a couple weeks off. And every once in a while, it pops up on my recommended feed, and I see it's a new episode, so I don't watch it because I want to just actually sit down and watch the new episodes. I haven't had time to sit down and watch them. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. I bet they've been hilarious. And I love, too, it's like, man, these conservatives, they're just... I love these conservatives. So they're making fun of Trump on South Park. It's just people that talk about stuff that they don't know about. Conservatives do it too. Let's be honest. Both sides do it. And the liberals, the left has been way worse in recent history, but now it's the right. Now the right is worse than the left, actually. Today it is. Like, South Park is making fun of Trump. They never make fun of liberals. Okay, yeah. Tell me you've never watched South Park before without telling me. South Park has never made fun of liberals. Yeah, you've literally never watched South Park if you believe that. In fact, I bet if you went and actually tried to, like, compare and contrast, who does South Park make fun of more, liberals or conservatives? I guarantee you it's liberals by, like, 10 times. South Park makes fun of liberals 10 times more than they make fun of conservatives. It's not even close. So all these people, it's just, we only lost the election in blue states and blue counties. No, you didn't. You don't know what you're talking about. South Park never makes fun of liberals. Yeah, they did for like 20 years. They did entire seasons making fun of liberals. They made entire characters making fun of liberals. Man Bear Pig, PC Principal, Smug Alert. South Park never makes fun of liberals. Now they're making fun of Trump. You literally never watch South Park. You have no idea what you're talking about. Try to enjoy life. Try to have a laugh. All right, last caller. Last caller of the day. Last caller of the week. What's your name? Where you're from?
Owen, my name is Jim, and I've been living out here in the country for quite some time, and we have these Indians, and they have dead animals in the parking lots, and they have dead animals in the driveways. How do we cure the Indian problem?
What do you mean by Indian? What do you mean by Indian? You mean like Native American, or you mean like Asian Indian?
Indians, like from India, and they own the gas stations, and there's roadkill, there's dead bodies, they have no disgust response. How do we deal with this?
I have no idea how to answer that. Have you considered calling animal control?
Well, no, the animals are not alive anymore.
So?
They're piled up and stuff.
Yeah, so you should call animal control.
Well, but the animals are not alive, so it's like a sanitation problem.
Yes,
It's like
okay.
a bacteria.
So you should still call animal control. That's what I would do, or call the police. I mean, are you serious? Dead animals piling up?
Yeah, intestines, blood, possums, raccoons.
Well, yeah, you got a serious problem, and so you should probably get some form of law enforcement involved.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've considered that. So I go to the gas station and I tell them, please clean up the dead bodies. And they seem very clueless. They don't understand. I don't think they have a disgust response. I think this is a big problem.
Yeah, well, a lot of people talk about that. Import the third world, become the third world. Import the Middle East, become the Middle East. Seems like that's where we're at. And then the voices that are actually like pro-America, they're the ones that are told to go away. They're the ones that are told you're not welcome here. But they're the ones that are trying to actually address and fix these issues. It's funny. So you got a problem. They're piling up dead animal carcasses, you say. You know, we got this problem in Austin. This actually happened today. I don't know what goes on here. And if you live in Austin, you might even know what I'm talking about. But we have a highway here, 290, 71 are merged at a certain point, kind of through the main thoroughfare. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like all the infrastructure that's getting built or everything, but there's always these big work trucks, these construction trucks on 290, 71 here in Austin. And there's like zero enforcement of rules or regulations when it comes to putting your lid, your cover on your work truck. So just if you ever come to Austin and you're driving your car on 290, 71, avoid these work trucks because you will get hit with a rock. It will smash your windshield. It happened to me again today. I think I've had 5 windshields smashed because you have these gigantic work trucks on 290-71, and they don't put any cover over it. So they've got rocks and gravel. You hit a bump, and a rock comes flying. It smashes your windshield. Happened again to me today. So I guess these are just what people might call personal problems that we have here. Well, the problem is we're out of time for today. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Shabbat Shalom. We love you all. We love you all. Nothing but peace and love. I hope everybody has a great weekend. We're having fun. Have fun this weekend. That's an order. God bless and Godspeed.